in a TambaSamba.com.
Papi, why you coming for your breathing like that?
My daughter. Hey, my daughter, yeah. The old people can say that curiosity kill the cow. What your own problem again?
Papi, I really don't have problem. But the way you breathing, say, it's like you running somewhere.
My daughter? Ha, yaka. If I give you the little G's, you yourself will be running to the same player running. So you just hold it there.
Papi, Papi, play on me now, lay on me. You know I your daughter too now.
My daughter, guess what? I had to run away from Wego. Ha, yaka. Tuesday and Thursday, they got one show in town, they call it Logan's Hour. Man, that boy can talk the thing that are happening in Indiana. Even when you steal, even you doing wrong thing, the boy will talk it. You doing the right thing, the boy will praise you.
For real, Papi? No, that kind of thing that we want here all time, yeah.
My daughter, I'm telling you, let me tell you now, Logan's Hour come on every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 o'clock p.m. And when you want to watch Logan Hour, you gotta be on time, or else you watch the show after the show. But guess what?
What, Papi?
So, just go to Facebook and subscribe to Logan Hour. You go to YouTube, you subscribe to Logan Hour. Anytime Logan Hour coming on, you will get notification. That the notification made me running at the door, my daughter, because I won't be laying back in my living room, man, and get ready to call on that show.
Papi, thank you so much for the information. But I see Tommy walking, coming it out. I don't know if that is he looking at too. Oh, Tommy! Tommy!
Oh, what's that? What you calling my name like that for? What you calling my name like that for? Take your time and you get. I'm watching my Looking Hour. Don't got distract me, yo. Wait now. If you ain't got what to do right now, we're already enjoying ourselves. You better get involved with the fries, girl. Tommy? So you today, Papi, was telling me that seriously? I'm going to look for Looking Hour, yeah. Papi, thank you. Thank you for telling me about Looking Hour.
My daughter, that ain't there. Don't say I'll tell you. Bye.
All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on which part of the world you are. Today is a very great edition of the Logan's Hour. Today promises to be a very, very great show. Today we're going to be dealing with youth development. We're going to be talking about more about soccer and so many other things. So I'm asking you to stick and stay as we go back to the edition of this show. And I'm asking all of you soccer lovers who want to know what is happening. Um, you can join this show. And I have invited some of our other soccer friends. I have invited uh the youth chairperson because this has to do with youth development and youth soccer program. Mr. Tamba Samba is currently in our studio. We can see him pretty seated. And Brenny Alpha will be joining us shortly because she's the youth chairperson of the Liberian community of Indiana. So those things will be better. She asked most of the questions because it has to do with young people development when it comes to the game of soccer, and also the coach of the Indie Lone Star as well. Mr. Roland Akwe will also join the conversation because it has to do with soccer. So he will have the opportunity to ask Tamba some of the questions when it relates to how can 13, 14 years of children and what are the benefits that come with it. But Tamba will be here to talk to us more about how young children can benefit from these things. And we are encouraging Liberian parents living in Indiana to join this show. Somebody share the show with somebody who's sitting somewhere and don't know about these programs that's coming up. And today you have been seeing a flyer. So today we'll be discussing more about youth development in terms of soccer, leadership, and soccer is a game that back in those days, our parents in the 70s and 80s, our parents used to think it is a dirty sport. But right now, soccer is a real clean sport. You can see from classic example from what's happening in Europe. People play 90 minutes and the skin cannot get dirty. The jerseys still remain clean. So today we are privileged to have one of our own Liberian brother who reached out to us and said, you know what? I have this program going on. It's called the Nest 11 Academy. And this program specifically is to bring young children of 14, 13. Then they have different categories. And instead of other nationals and benefiting from this, we thought to bring it to the Liberian community so we can have some of our own Liberian brothers and sisters who have their children at the age of 14, 13 to benefit from these programs. So I already seen the coach of the Indiana Lone Star. He's sitting in studio right now, Mr. Roland Akwe, and he's already sitting. I have two soccer lover right now, Mr. Tamba Samba already in studio, Mr. Roland Akwe looking at me right now in studio. Brenny Alpha going to join us very shortly. So, Mr. Roland Akwe, you can also send a link to your captain to join this conversation as well, so he can be part of this conversation. But we are not going to take any longer. We will not do any introduction, promo, and everything. We will just go straight and bring our people in. Then later on, at the end of the show, we'll talk about what happened during the Basel Association. The Basel Association over the weekend had a whole long convention, and that convention was so much interesting because a lot of things happened, and we will talk about some of those things that happened at the Basel convention. But notwithstanding, we have all of our people in studio right now, so we don't have the time to go through the Basel convention. But I want to say congratulations to the Indiana Lone Star for winning this trophy. Indiana Lone Star won 3 goals to 0, and but it was fun. It was fun. So we have our dear brother, Mr. Tamba Samba, in studio right now. So I'm asking all of you who following this conversation, tell someone that we're going to have a very fascinating conversation that has to do with the Liberian community, that has to do with youth development when it comes to soccer, education as well. Because Mr. Tamba told me as well, they also provide scholarship. So it's not about you playing the soccer, it's about you being a scholar to benefit educationally and through soccer. So it's a real awesome thing that if my son were here now and he's 14 years old, I can rest assure you this program, I was gonna tell him, get ready, get your boost. And not just to kick the object too, though. You gotta kick the object and you have to be focused because scholarship for only scholars. So if you kick in the object and you're not focused, you're still going to lose the opportunity. So just for you to see who we're talking about, this is Mr. Tamba Samba. This is Mr. Nathaniel Samba's son. This is the little brother to Sawenda Samba. I think some of you have seen him, but he's not 100% in our community. He's in and out because he live out of state, I think. but he will make himself clear when he come here, introduce himself for some of you who don't know him for the first time. But some of us, we know him. He played with our Emmy before at the park, and he's been with us on numerous occasions. But you know, he's a quiet guy. When he around, he don't do that too much talking that many of you doing. So some of you don't really know him. So today we're gonna be here. You see the Next 11 Academy Youth Soccer and Scholarship Program for age 13 and 14 years. So Mr. Samba going to talk to us more about that. Then when Mr. Samba done with the program, we ask Brandy Alpha and Roland Akwe. They will go through most of the questions because they both of them serve on the youth department of the Liberian Association of Indiana. Then we have the soccer coach, or the soccer captain of the Indiana Lone Star as well. He will also ask more questions when in the line of soccer. But if anybody from the Old Timer Association too, if you want to ask more questions, you can also join the conversation. We can send you the links, and this has to do with soccer and youth development. We ask all of those soccer lovers who want to be part of the conversation to ask somebody all of those relevant questions that relates to our young children and how can we get involved and what are the benefits that come with it. So now before bringing Mr. Samba in, I would bring in Mr. Roland Akwe. Then I'll bring in Bernie Alpha because Samba is the guest for tonight. So Roland Akwe and Bernie Alpha will be serving as our panelists for tonight's conversation. So let's get Mr. Roland Akwe. Honorable Roland Akwe, how are you?
I'm doing good, Mr. Logan. How you doing?
You can't complain. We are here again.
Yes. We here again.
Now we're going to talk about
a beautiful Tuesday.
Beautiful Tuesday. Now we're about to talk about something that you hold so dearly, something that you really love. You love to see young children playing the object.
Oh, yes.
We're about to talk about the object.
That's what I get passion for. And I believe that's where I can really do my best to help the youth of the community.
Thank you so much, Mr. Roland Akwe. So we have the youth chairperson, Brini Alpha, the woman who controls the keyboard team as well. The woman who the other day, I think some of you who remember at the park, she's so passionate when it comes to the game as well. Though she don't really play the soccer, but she support the soccer team. And she's one of those players when it comes to the keyboard. The other day, some of you saw her. She was celebrating. I think some people were like, "What? The lady celebrating?" You can just take a look. I need just 2 home runs to equalize the score. I need 2 home runs to equalize the score. It's 14-12, and I got 1 already. Oh my goodness! Can this happen today? Oh my goodness! Bernie Alpha. Oh, my goodness. I need just 1 more home to have an equalize. Bernie Alpha is celebrating right now. I can see it for her face. I can see the youth chair. She's celebrating all the. Now you have it. Now you see what I'm talking about when it comes to the game. You saw her celebrating and like, yo, get her. I have this thing in my belt. It was a real tough game. But when she come here, she will talk to her about that celebration, Roland. She need to talk to her about that celebration.
Oh yeah, she need to. She need to.
Let's bring the youth chair up right now. What about youth chair? How are you?
Good. How are you guys now? Why were you?
We still need some explanation about that celebration. We just saw you like this.
For sure.
Man, back to 1997 when George Weah was playing soccer. When he scored, he said, "Adeble." Adeble for you.
Yeah.
And Adeble means too much excitement.
Sure.
So, Brady, welcome again.
Thank you very much for having me today. Also, thank you for also having Coach on. So we can have this discussion today.
Your voice going in and out. What's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you now.
Okay. Adjust my phone because.
Okay, why you trying to adjust? Then I can bring Mr. Samba in right now.
Okay.
All right. So we about to bring our guest in, Mr. Samba. He will tell us more about the Next 11 Academy. So he's going to tell us if he's the founder and the coach of the Next Academy. So we will hear more from Mr. Samba as he comes on right now. But right away, we have Mr. Ellis White will be joining us. He's the captain of the Indiana Lone Star as well. He loves soccer too. When he heard about this program, he said, "Can I just come and ask Mr. Samba a question?" I said, "No problem." So Mr. Samba is not just about the 11 and 12, but Mr. Ellis White He's also played for the Indiana Lone Star, and I think he should be in here 1920. So maybe he want to ask question if there's any plan for those that are in that age range as well. So Mr. Tamba will drive us through all of those plans that he have. But maybe it necessarily don't have to be for the next 11 academy. Maybe he know other programs that incorporate people from ages 11, 12, 13, 14 as well. So let's bring in Mr. Tamba Samba. My dear brother, how are you today?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, thank you so much too for coming on, and thank you so much for doing what you do.
Yeah, I'm trying. I mean, we're just trying to make a new opportunity for the kids, and I wanted to make sure that I could get here and, share with the community, especially the Liberian community. I want to make sure that we have good representation when we step out with this league and this team. So,
Thank you so much, Tamba. We ready do appreciate. So, Bernice, you want to go ahead? When you're done, then let's Tamba introduce himself quick.
Oh, yeah. So my name is Bernice Alpha. I am the Youth and Sports Chairman for the Liberian Association of Indiana. And it's a pleasure being here today because Tamba is like my little brother cousin.
Oh
We grew up
God.
together, so we have a lot of stories and things we
Oh
can tell.
God.
So I'm very proud of him in this new venture. I mean, he's always did soccer, but this is something that is good to bring to our community. So it's a pleasure to be here with him today.
Thank you so much, Bernie Alfat. So, Roland, can you go ahead and tell us who you are so we can bring Mr. Samba on?
I'm Roland Akwe, coach of the Indiana Lone Star. I and Samba, we play together. Sometimes we play indoor. Most of the time, I play with him indoor, and I also play outside with him. But I'm glad that I was able to be on this show today, so he can be able to explain, how we can move this community forward. Because for me, that's all I dream of, and that's all I think about doing to move the community forward through sports. Because I believe that sports can really unite people and bring people together as well. So with the youngest generation today, what can we be able to pass on to them? I'm waiting to really listen to Samba to see what he got to say, and whatsoever support and how we can support the youth around here. Down for it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Roland Akwe. So, Mr. Samba,
yeah.
the floor is all yours. Just tell who you are and tell about the next 11 academy, please.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. So Next 11 Academy is a newly formed soccer program on the west side of Indianapolis. We are aiming to give opportunities to children who usually wouldn't get an opportunity to play travel soccer. And so in America, travel soccer has become one of those things that's very expensive. Not only is it difficult to pay for a league, children are paying almost up to $2,000 per child for a season. And so it becomes very difficult to pay for. But then there's also another problem where it's just difficult to access these top level clubs. There just aren't as many in the areas where we live.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to look at a map of Indianapolis and where these clubs are located, everything is outside of the circle in the suburb areas, the areas that we live on the west side, the areas where culturally the people who this sport, is most familiar to, they have the fewest opportunities to play at the top level. And so what we've done is we've worked with some of our partners, some people that I know that are pretty powerful within the industry to help create an opportunity so the kids don't have to pay extreme prices to play, and they don't have to leave their community in order to play soccer. And so for me, this is an important thing for me because, this was my story a few years ago. When I was 3, we came to America here in the United States. We lived in Bloomington for a couple years. But when we moved to Indianapolis, that was my first opportunity to play real travel soccer at the highest level. And I played at Ben Davis Soccer. They had a travel program here. But after a few years, the program disbanded and there was no program for me to play for. And so, I ended up playing at a level that was lower than me, a recreational level with kids that were not at my level at an age where I needed to be playing against the best players in the state. Luckily for me, a few years later, there was a team that formed in Avon called Westside United that I was able to, at least drive to. It was somewhat close to me. And, I was able to play for that team against some of the best players in the area. We would travel across the state and play other teams across the state. We'd go out of state, play some of the best players from other states. And luckily for me, that gave me the opportunity to be seen by some of the top college coaches in the country. You know, I was recruited by Notre Dame. I was able to get a soccer scholarship to attend the University of Notre Dame. And, you know, had it not been for me playing in this pathway, in the travel level, I don't know if I would be where I am today. You know, from playing at Notre Dame for 4 seasons, I was able to go to Norway and go on trial with a couple of teams. Unfortunately, I had a bad injury. I had to come back to the States and have surgery. But, you know, now as an adult, I can't play as much. You know, you guys have seen me play. We play together, but, you know, I'm losing it. I'm getting old. The bones are shaking a little bit. So
you're right.
You know, it's time for me to put my energy towards the next generation. And that's what Next 11 is about. You know, the name Next 11, you know, is a very familiar name to Liberians. It's also a familiar name more and more to Americans here, especially in Indianapolis. We have Indy 11. But, you know, that 11 represents the 11 players on the field. You know, in Liberia, we have Invincible 11, IE, and that's a team that everybody knows. Even they have Heaven 11 now. So, you know, we wanted to make sure that we had a name that resonated with people here, but also made connections to my roots and to my country. You know, I think that, you know, eventually at some point, as we grow this program, it will be beyond just Indiana. And hopefully, you know, at some point we can start to impact children in other parts of the world as well, especially in Liberia. So, you know, our program we're starting this season is our first season. We're targeting teams under 8 all the way up to this season. We have the U14 age group. And so we were able to form 3 teams at the younger age groups, but we didn't have as many players at the 13, 14 age group range. And so we've been looking for some additional players to join us. We have scholarships and fundraisers. Like I said, you know, football in this country is expensive. And we're doing everything we can. We're working with corporate sponsorships. We're looking at grant writing, fundraisers for the children to make it affordable so that they can start to play, you know, at the level that they need to. You know, in this area, there's a lot of different leagues, small leagues that everybody forms. The Hispanics, they do real well keeping their league to themselves and organizing it real good. You know, we have our own small league here and there that kids can play. But ultimately, when you want to talk about the pathway to professional, you know, soccer, you have to be seen by the people who make those decisions, you know, by the scouts. And unfortunately, they're not going in these smaller teams in these leagues to find the best players. And so, you know, if you're not playing in the best league against the best players, you might be missed and you might miss your opportunity. And that's what we're seeing happen a lot of times. Kids that just, you know, parents are too busy. They couldn't get them to practice. They play in the small league. By the time they're 13, 14, they're getting recruited to colleges. The colleges miss them. And so, you know, I know this pathway, and that's part of what we do with Next 11 is we show them the pathway to professional football. We become a part of that pathway by making a gateway. So now we have a club on the west side that if anybody wants to play, you don't have to go out of your neighborhood. You can play right at home. You know, your mom and dad can drop you, you know, real quick, and you play your game, you go home without any trouble. So, you know, we're becoming a part of that pathway, and we're showing the children where to go. What's the next step? How do you start to learn to go to the next level? And so that's what we're doing. And real quick, I just want to touch on, you know, you talked about it being
of it.
The scholarship portion. So, you know, Next 11 Academy is one program underneath our nonprofit. Our nonprofit is called Next Academy, and it's not just geared for sports. We're looking at creating programs in arts, entrepreneurship, leadership, development, coding, anything that the children are interested in. If there's a pathway to being a professional in that industry, we're going to identify ways to get kids started early. So if you want to be a professional chess player, and becoming a chess player is, you know, ground one is to be a part of junior chess competitions. Okay, then we're going to create a Next 11 junior chess competition so that these children can play without having to go out of their community. And so, you know, a part of us showing up and being a part of this gateway is we want to show up with the best everything, best equipment, best coaching, best facilities. And so, you know, one thing we're working on right now for soccer is a plan with Wayne Township to build facilities, to renovate the facilities that they have. And so, you know, as we speak now, our lawyers are talking with the lawyers of the township to give us official possession of this land. And when we get possession, we're going to build the best fields on the west side of Indianapolis. And we're going to give it to our children to use. You know, we don't have to go to Carmel and say we're going to Carmel to go play on the best fields because we got to go to Grand Park. We want to build something here on our side of town that's easy for us to get to and make this a place that people want to come and start to play. So, that's Next 11 Academy. Myself, I'm the founder of the nonprofit. I'm the executive director of coaching. I'm wearing a lot of hats right now, but
Yeah,
part of
yeah.
part of me coming to the show now is to call and say, hey, we took the first step. We established something, but I need people to help me grow it, help me build it, help me reach the communities that we need to, help me to be in this, in these different industries. I'm a footballer. That's what I know.
Yeah.
So, Next 11, the soccer portion makes sense for me. But somebody who's an entrepreneur or, an engineer or a doctor will need somebody to help us establish those programs as well. And so, for the adults out there, we're looking for you too. We need help. If you have ideas of ways that we can influence the children and give them programs, let us know. If there are programs that are already happening that we can partner with and help amplify, let us know also. So, that's what we're doing. We have some big support. Lauren Holiday is one of my good friends. We grew up playing here in town, and she is now an Olympian, a World Cup winner. Her husband plays in the NBA, Drew Holiday. And so, we have people that are going to be able to fund and give back and help us really build these facilities and make this, the place that children want to come and get these additional experiences, outside of school and even outside of sports. So.
Thank you so much, Tama. Thank you so much. I was just trying to display some of the pictures of something you're talking about because a lot of people following love to see the kind of work you do. So when you see on the screen, you can see all the young guys, ages from 9. So somebody, can you stress on the age range again? So those that don't pick up that.
Yeah. So right now, this fall, we will have a season. We have 3 teams available this fall. We have an under 9 age group, so players that are 8 years old. We have an under 10 team. We have an under 12 team, which are 11-year-olds and some 12-year-olds. And then we have this team for U14, which will incorporate 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds. But it's our older team that we need a little bit more help with, and we have some of these scholarships available. But if a child is younger and is interested, we'll make space and we'll make a way, So if anybody's interested, please reach out. You can see our website, next11academy.com, and, just ask us about the program. We have opportunities and people have donated money. So we have some scholarship funds and opportunities, uniforms, things like that available for people.
Thank you so much, Tamba. So if you're following us, you can see the work that Tamba is doing here. You see all the guys in the Next 11 jersey. See real possession. Ellie's still learning the other stuff on the little man here. So you see, little man and possessing. So these are all good things for the community, for Liberians specifically to join. Get your young children to be part of these programs. You see, all the guys are happy and doing their thing. So let's go around the table. I know, Tama, if you want to do some presentation, you can also do that if you want to do a PowerPoint. But if not, you can just go ahead and flow. That's easy. People following can also understand. But they would need to know if they want to bring their children through, what are the contact points, what are the contact numbers, or how do they do that. By the end of the show, you can provide all of that as well. That would be helpful. So let's go around the table. Let's have the youthful chairperson, the chairperson of the Liberian Community Youth Department, host Bernie Alpha. Bernie Alpha, can you just ask a question? But before Bernie Alpha, let's recognize we have the captain of the Indiana Lone Star, Mr. Ellis White, the man who controls the guys in the red, white, and blue. He's the captain of the Indiana Lone Star. Mr. Ellis White, welcome to the Logan's Hour.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right. Go ahead, Brandy.
Okay, so he really hit most of the valid points as far as what age limit he's currently looking for. But I know some people have reached out to me after I, put the information previously in our chat rooms, per our discussion. It was more of 9-year-olds. I understand that you're looking for mostly 13 and 14 right now, but you did state that you could find space for them. So do you have a cutoff limit right now with how many you will need of that age limit, since it's not what you're looking for currently to fill fast? And the scholarship that you do have, how many of it or how much of it will be allotted to those people that are 9 and under, that you're not currently looking to fill?
Yeah. So With the scholarship dollars, we're like primarily with the older age group, since we really need players in that age group. We have about 4 or 5 roster spots that we can fill, and pretty much take care of everything that they'll need to uniform, and scholarship opportunities for that. So we have about 4 or 5 of that age group. The younger age groups, we only really have at the U10 age group, which is 9-year olds. We have about 2 positions available, actually 3 positions available on the roster spot. We only have a certain number of places that we can put for this fall. The U9 age group, depending on when their birth year is, if it's 2016 birth year, we have additional roster spots that we can have, maybe 2, I think, additional there. And with the 2015 age group, I think we have 1 more additional roster spot that we can fill in that for the fall season now. So one thing we're going to be doing, so this fall season will finish in November, and children can then again join us through the winter. We'll do winter training 1 day a week from November all the way into March. And then the spring season will begin again. In the spring season, we'll have new teams. And if we get additional players beyond the roster spots that we have this fall, we'll make more teams. So, this season, since things have started a little bit now, it's a little bit harder to get some of those kids in there, but we have 1 or 2 spots available on pretty much every team. That U14 age group, we have about 4 or 5 spots available that we can get. And so, like I said, we'll work with anybody in terms of financial assistance, scholarships. We're being very flexible with that, especially since the season has begun. We will work with people that if there's a desire, if the child wants to play, we're going to find a way to make it happen. So that's about the numbers that we have available. But coming into the spring, we start from scratch pretty much. If there's more kids that we have, we'll make 2 teams, 3 teams if we need to. So there's available space more in the spring, a little bit now for the fall.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. And then just one more question, and then I'll let my co-host ask their question. As far as the scholarship, is it financially based? What are some criteria you guys require, that the person applying has to meet?
Yeah, so we ask for people to provide, if you're asking for tuition assistance, some sort of proof of hardship. So if your child is on some school lunch programs, we can, take that as the proof. If not, we ask for just your last pay stub to be able to prove where the people fall. Now, full scholarships, full ride, no payment. We have a couple of those available, and it'll be based on how many people ask for that and how much we have available for that. So, we will, at this point, like I said, the 4 to 5 at the U14 age group we'll be able to cover, and then the 2 to 3, 1 to 2 per U10, U9, and below age groups is what we'll be able to handle for this fall. Coming into the spring again, we'll relook at, how many people are asking for scholarships, and based on how much money we have available as well, and then we'll redistribute that again based on those numbers.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, Roland Akwe, the coach, Indiana Lone Star.
Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. For me, I believe when it comes to the game, I like to see toughness. So my question is, are you guys looking at traveling? Like, if the kids gonna be traveling across state to compete with other kids across state? If you guys are looking at something like that.
Yeah, so at this first stage, this is our first inaugural season. So most of our travel is based around the city of Indianapolis. About within 45 minutes of where we are, you'll travel and you'll come home every night. Now, depending on the level of the team and the willingness of the parents, there are opportunities to go to some regional tournaments. So say Louisville has a good tournament. Cincinnati has a couple tournaments that I've been to with some young teams before. And so those tournaments would be overnight tournaments. They would stay at hotels. We would play, a minimum 3 games there, and then potentially have the, opportunity to play championship round, knockout round type games. And so right now, this fall, we won't be traveling out of state. But as we go into the spring and then next year, we'll be evaluating how many players we have, the level of these players. And if we think that it's an opportunity to take them out and expose them to, better competition and just more different styles, we'll make sure that we can do that. But within the world that we're in with travel soccer, that's within reason, that we will travel as they get older to the neighboring states for some games, but mostly everything will be within the city of Indianapolis.
Okay. And then my next another question is, when it's come to like the older guys, these like I'm talking about 16, 17 years old that just graduate high school and seeking scholarship to go to college and play D1 and stuff like that. So, are you guys looking into recruiting some of these guys and giving them this opportunity that they can go to various colleges to show and to see if they can be able to get recruited and get scholarship?
Yeah. So right now, as it being our first season, we were focusing on just establishing the youth, but our future plans are big. There are opportunities. There's leagues that I've played in. Alex, you've played in UPSL, things like that. That are leagues that are not necessarily at the not college yet. If you're young, if you're still in high school, you can play in these leagues, and you'll go and you'll travel around the Midwest and get opportunities. Now, those are leagues where as an organization, Next 11 Academy, we can enter a team and say, all right, we want to field a team of under 23-year-olds, 19 to 23, we could say would be our team. And we would need to establish that. But, that's for me right now. And with the people we have helping, we have to start small with the young children. But if people are willing to come in and say, okay, I want to run the adult program for Next 11 Academy, we would be open, and we would be open to figuring out ways of getting, the funds that we're raising to help this group elevate, because to us, that's an opportunity to market the group. It's an opportunity for the young kids to see these older kids have success. This is the pathway we talked about. Now look at him. He's about to go to that next level we were talking about. And so, for us, we see that as a benefit for, mentorship for the older kids for the young ones.
Yes.
And so we'll look at that in the future. As of right now, we don't have a program yet, but we're open to doing that kind of stuff, and we think it has benefit to the young children too.
And then my last question is, are you guys open for coaches accepting people that want to, come in and maybe work to try to see how best they can better the community and put kids together? Because there are some people that got ideas for the game and they get passion for the game. These are things that they like to do. So are you guys openly accepting coaches and stuff like that?
Yeah. So coming into the springtime, we're going to be looking for more coaches. So in the spring, we're going to have some kids from high school. The high school age kids will have teams available. And so right now we only have enough coaches for our young ones. So we're going to be looking. If you're interested in coaching with us, on our website, next11academy.com/coaching, you'll be able to find a form there. You can put your information and we'll reach out to you and just try to understand where you're at with coaching. For us, we want to make sure that our coaches are continuing to get education. And so our coaches have signed up for their coaching licenses, their badges, and we'll pay for that. So if you come in with no experience, but you're willing to go on the ladder to becoming a better coach, we'll help you get that taken care of, because at the end of the day, you're going to be now investing into the kids what you're learning. And so, that's something that we're going to do. If you're open, to the idea, what we're looking for coaches for the spring season and for next fall.
Okay. Thank you.
Panto,
No.
you want to ask a question? If you have.
Yeah, not a question, but I just got a little addition to that.
Okay, go ahead.
So, Mr. Samba, I've been hearing about you, but really, I haven't met you in person. It's an honor to meet you. I really appreciate what you're doing for the community, for everything that the idea you bring it up. That's a good thing. I've talked with Roland about this a couple of years ago. When I first came to the community, I told him, I said, this is a good thing, because some of back home, we love the game. Soccer, we love the game so much. So coming here and seeing this, the resources is available, I said, why can't they make use of it? Because back home we don't have these kind of resources. We wake up in the morning, sometimes we go play, we don't have food to eat, but still because of the passion of the game, we still go out. And yeah, we're in the United States where the resources is surplus. And what Mr. Samba is saying, if your parents out there, I encourage you, man. You guys need to take a step. Soccer is important. It it makes money. Let's say for
Mm-hmm.
instance, it makes money. That's
Mm-hmm.
the easy way it makes money. You see people out there, they are signing players, 16 years, they are signing professional contract. You don't have to be 20 or 25 to sign your first contract. You can be 16, 17, 15. Barcelona had a 16-year-old player. He played for Spain right now, Spain national team. So let's make use of these chances that Mr. Samba is doing. It actually will help the community. And I say, Mr. Samba, I really appreciate what you're doing for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ellis White. So, so, Tamba, I have a question, and
Yeah.
my concern has to do with looking at these young guys here, looking at the discipline that the soccer game requires, and looking at in their youthful ages taking instruction, it tends to be a little issue because even the bigger ones on the field, when they are on immense tension, instruction tends to be something that is a heavy burden. How do you cope with the young ones in terms of instructing them to do what you say and how to move the object and what to do next, how to be disciplined when it comes to the training and all of that?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it can be difficult. Kids don't listen. So, we sometimes have to yell and sometimes we got to make them run, but that's a part of the game is learning how to listen, learning how to take instruction quickly and then applying it in your own way. And so, for us, we definitely stress attention and discipline at our training. This is not the recreational level. So,
Mhm.
if you don't listen, you'll be punished, you'll run, you'll put things in place to make sure that the children listen. But ultimately on the field, this game is a free game and, everything is free flowing. I can't instruct them on everything they're going to see, everything they should do. And so, for us, we just try to do our best to prepare them for, the little situations that they'll have and to make it simple for them. I think sometimes in this game, you get too many, everybody thinks they're Pep Guardiola. They want to put a big system on people's head and say, go here, 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 here. But this game can be simple, and we can make it as simple as possible for these children that, it doesn't take too much stress on their head for them to perform at a good level. So, for me as a player, that was my thing as well. This game is creative freedom. We show them the guidelines, the railings of where they should play within. But after that, we let them play and we let them learn. This is a game that can teach you everything in one game. You can have sadness, happiness, adversity, hard time, everything will happen, joy, pain, and those are lessons that the children need to learn on their own. So we prepare them, we send them in the world. That's like life. We prepare them, we send them into the world, and then hopefully they've listened to those lessons, and if they didn't, they'll feel it in that game, but next time they'll have another try, right? So
Yeah.
these are how we're doing that.
Thank you for that response. So if you're following us, if you're interested, you have a son who's 13, 14 years, try to get involved with this program because this is about youth education and soccer as well. So I have another concern. I know you stressed on it when you were talking about the whole next 11. And my concern has to do with security. What are those systems you have in place for parents who dropping their children off and going to pick them up later on? How do you cope with their security?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think first and foremost, all of our coaches are background checked. We go through training online, safe sport training to be able to identify things like harassment, abuse, to be able to really, be a parent when the parent aren't, isn't there. We've hired our coaching staff are all really upstanding people who we trust, and we make sure that they'll do the right thing when parents aren't there. And so that coupled with the training and background checks, we feel confident that, you can leave your child, with us. They can go through their training and they'll be there safe for you when you pick them up after training. The facilities that we have a nice, safe drop off area where, children can easily be left, right up by the field without having to walk across parking lots and potentially be hit by cars. And so, little things like that we have in place. But ultimately, we've hired the right people, and that's what we're looking for is people who have, good character, people that are trustworthy, and that people can trust their children with. And ultimately, the background check gives us that assurance. But our own gut check and due diligence also protects and makes sure that the kids are okay.
Okay, that's good. So when parents dropping the children off in the morning or whatever time the project is scheduled, do they sign in or sign out?
They don't sign out. Right now, our practices are in the afternoons, and so parents, can a lot of them are finished with work and will just sit on the sidelines and watch with the children. And so we don't currently have a check-in system like that. But we are, those are our things that as we grow, we'll continue to look and evaluate and see, how safe can we make sure that these kids are. And as parents are concerned about certain areas of safety, then we'll look at putting some policies and things in place to make sure, before there's any kind of incident, that the children are safe and okay with us. At the end of the day, it's our name, and we want to make sure that nothing happens under our watch. And so we're very vigilant, and our size at right now is good, but as we grow, we'll make sure we bring in people, coaches, so that we have a good ratio of children to adults, and just make sure we can all keep an eye out for each other.
Okay, thank you so much. So guys, anybody have a question? You can go ahead if you have one.
Yeah, I got one question.
Okay, go ahead, Alex.
So do they have opportunity for girls team or just guys team? Which one?
Yeah, so we will have girls teams. This fall, we didn't get enough girls to come and try out or show the interest, and so we didn't have a dedicated girls team. But with Lauren Holiday as our backer, she's a women's Hall of Famer. She's done so many things in the women's game that that's one of our big goals, is to get as many girls playing the game as possible. So if we can get a full team of girls in this spring season, we're going to try to do that. But ultimately, at some point, we will have full girls teams, and both on the boys and the girls sides, to be able to have, whoever wants to play, you'll be able to play with your team, hopefully with just boys or just girls, if that's what you want, and be successful.
Thank you. Bernice, you have anything?
No, I just have a statement. I just feel like this is a great initiative, and I want everybody to please, if you're interested, reach out. If you cannot get a hold of Tamba, you can reach out to me, or Coach Roland. We will have the contact information to provide to you guys, so there's always somebody that you can talk with regarding that. We can just, refer you to the website if you don't have that information, the phone number and things like that, so you're able to get the information you need. Please sign your kids up. I know at the beginning of last year, everybody always said there was no opportunity for the boys and the girls. This is an opportunity. They have scholarships, so there's basically no excuse why you cannot participate if your kids want to participate. So they have the resources that you need. So I want everybody, if you're interested in soccer, please reach out to them. If you're interested in coaching, I know that there's the Lone Star team. We have a lot of great, potential coaches on there. So this is a shot for them to, like you said, you guys have the capabilities to put them through training, get them coaching license. So this is something that you are getting, you know, that will promote you as a soccer player. So please, everyone, support this initiative, and let's show them that us Liberian, we don't just complain about bringing things when they are here. We will go out and make sure we participate in them.
Thank you so much, Bernie. Rolly, you wanted to comment?
Yeah, I actually, as my chairman said, I actually do like what Samba have brought to the community, and me being the coach for this community,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big sport lover. When I moved in this community, it came some time where the whole soccer business was dead in this community. It was absolutely nothing. It was no this the community does not they didn't even have their own soccer team as a Liberian. When I
Mm-hmm.
moved in this community, it took some time. Everything was dead, but with the help, when I moved in this community, with the help of a few other people, I was able to build a Liberian team in this community. That was something that was very hard to do. From the beginning, I had other nationality on the team,
Mm-hmm.
but as time go by, the team have grew into all Liberian now. that you will see the Indiana Lone Star is no other nationality, but it's all Liberian, Liberian boys. Where I have to recruit players from South Bend, Noblesville, Evansville. It took some time that I had to travel and get these kids' number. I went as far as even going at Chicago to get players from there just because I wanted to have a team with all Liberian. It was very hard to get. And these guys, since I've been working with them, it's been one of the amazing things I ever have in this community. Even though when I'm on there, you would see me and them we play and joke together. But when it comes to the game, they respect me a lot. They all look at me as their coach. They pay attention to me. I go through some sacrifices for them, and they understand that. And me being working with them, it really, do a lot. So when it was to I brought this team under the umbrella of the Liberian Association, and the Liberian Association was willingly accepted this team, and that make me happy and proud. So I would really like to come on board to work with you guys. Being a coach for the community, trying to develop the youth of their community. That has always been my goal. That has always been something that I get passion for. So I will not sit on the sideline, Samba. I can assure you that. I will not sit on the sideline. I will come in there and whatever things that we need to do, whatever way that we can go about it for me to, make impact to join, because I feel that if I join you guys, I can be able to bring more Liberian in, because when it comes to soccer in the Liberian community, people look at me like, Roland got this. Roland is the one that can put the youth together when it comes to that. So me coming to be part of you guys, I will be able to bring more Liberian kids on board. That the youngest one, the older one, So that's why I'm really happy for this program that you guys have brought into our community, that will be able to help the youth of this community. Like I always tell people, if we can find something to do for these kids, it will help take them off the street. We need to find something to do. How can we take our Liberian children out the street? Because when they're out of school, they got nothing doing. They're hanging all over the place. Sometimes they may hang out with the wrong people and get in contact with the wrong friends, and they go astray. So that's why you see I always try to open this avenue on how I can get Liberian kids out of the street and get them playing soccer. Because I believe that when they come together, and since the team come together, sometimes they can even be surprised when I tell them that the team is all Liberian. And when like when I brought some of them from Evansville, they was like, I never seen a soccer team in Indiana with all Liberian. They'd be so happy to be part of the team. It was hard to start, but when any Liberian that from any city, when I bring them to the team, they be like, I have never seen a team in Indiana with all Liberians. This is the first one. So majority of them play for different clubs. Some of them play MPSF. Some of them play for Mexican team. But I always tell them the Indiana Lone Star is your country team. Whenever your country need you, whatever club that you play for, you need to come to your club. So they understand that. Right now, I don't have all of them playing on the same team, but when it comes to the Indiana Lone Star game, you will see all of them will leave that very club that they play for, and we all will come together as Liberia to be able to go in any competition or any tournament. They will go at once and be able to win that competition. So that's why I'm so happy that you guys came out with this, and I will be willing to work with y'all. I will do whatever it is. I will be getting in contact with you shortly, so you can show me the way forward on how I can, work with you to get more Liberian kids on board to be able to help this community.
Great. Thank you, Roland.
Okay.
That's exactly why I wanted to come. Is to build those connections with the community, and we'll need people like you to help us. We need somebody who understands and has a direct line to the children and the families in the community, who can make sure that we have representation. For me, already for Lauren to not have, a women's team, I feel like we didn't do justice on that side. But for me, even now, we have one Liberian boy here with our team, and I want to make more. I want them to see us and see that, look, there's a Liberian community here. Those pictures you're sliding through.
Yes.
Those pictures at this tournament last year, I went with the team that we played for in Avon, and there was nobody that looked like us. There was no team that brought any kind of diversity, any kind of anything. And for me, this last weekend when we went, I was proud to say, look at what diversity we brought. We had Nigerians on our teams, like one Liberian boy. We have Hispanics on our team. And, and it gives me pride to be able to say, look, there's talent here. And the way we were playing, we're beating kids, running past, outplaying people. And that gives me pride. It makes us shine also. So, I thank you, Roland, man. We'll definitely connect, and I'll take you up on the offer that you've made. I really, I want to reserve opportunities specifically for Liberian children as well. So, as we talk about maybe a specific scholarship just every year, we'll make this amount available for our people and make sure that, the kids that want to play, that they can play.
They will play. Yes.
One thing you mentioned is about, this is a sport that's our sport. When you came here, you were looking for football. You didn't find it, but you made it, and I think when people come here, that's something that can help them quickly, get adjusted, Yes. They see, okay, that's the kid. He just came from Liberia, but look, he's good. He's a star on the field, and that gives kids, I think a boost and helps in every way. So, I hear you, and I think, America in general, they need to lean into this. France, if you look at France, I think France has set the model of what needs to happen with world football and the way that they develop athletes. In America, like I said earlier, it's pay for play. You have to be rich to play here. When you go to France, they go to the city where the most refugees come when they first land, in Paris. That's where they built their Clairefontaine Academy. And that's where the best of the best French players, they all come through Clairefontaine. They go to Paris, they find the players that have come recently from overseas, and they recruit them and they give them opportunities. And I think in America, they need organizations like that, who are led by people who believe that there is athletes and talent in these communities and are willing to go there and work with people who are connected to these communities to bring the best out. So, Roland, I appreciate you, saying that, and Bernice, Alex, everything you guys have said today to support the program. I think, this is exactly why we came to talk about it. And, however we can continue to give opportunities to young Liberian children or just young children in general on the West Side, I'm willing to work with you guys to make it happen. So, like I said, this is the first step. We're getting bigger. We can't do everything on our own. I need people to come in and help us, really build this organization. So, anybody willing, I'm willing to help and work with you guys. So thank you so much.
Okay, Tama, I'm going to ask you the question, but it's not funny, bro. I'm just going to ask you the question this way.
Yeah.
Well, you stated that you came to the U.S. at a very youthful age. And I know your tongue are getting a little slippery. But for our old man who watching it right now on YouTube, can you address the question in a way that they will understand it?
Uh-huh.
So she said, who do we contact and what is the process? My son is 13 years old.
Okay. So the easiest way to get in contact with us is from our website. So if you go to www.next11academy.com, if you visit, there's a link for contact. If you touch that button, there's a form there, and you just put your name and leave us a message. Say, my son is interested, and it'll come to our admin. Our admin will reach out to you, and we'll get the process started. If you mention that you're Liberian, please mention you're from Liberia. You saw us on the show, and I'll make sure that I get, I make sure that gets going the right way that it needs to go. So that's one way. To be honest, is it bad to share my contact information here? I don't know.
I don't know, if you don't want traffic, that's fine. But the best thing I think you can do, since Brittany Alpha is the youth chairperson and she do all the youthful thing around here, then anybody who's more interested can get through Brittany. Brittany can just link them, or she can have a whole workshop when having some of the regular programs and show them how to go through and just display on the PowerPoint what to hit and what to look for when you're going through.
Yeah, you know what? I'll make a click through of how to contact us, some
Yes.
links, everything, and I'll send
Yeah.
it to Bernice.
Yeah.
We have information about pricing, tuition, uniforms. I'll put together a one-sheet document that I'll send to Bernice to share with the community.
Yeah.
And any other questions, if you could reach me, if you need
Yeah, that would
my
be
brother Si, anybody,
Yeah.
however you can get a hold of me, let me know. Let them know, and they'll get a hold of me, and I'll make sure that if your child wants to play, that we'll make sure we find a way.
Yeah. And this
Okay.
person who asked the
Yes.
question, this is the second lady, the wife of the vice president of the Liberian community.
Okay.
So, Wemo, you just address your concern. So probably we would just have the link. If you can send your how do you call it, your WhatsApp address, I can put it on the screen. You can just send it to my Facebook. I can put it on the screen and people can just see it easily. But if you can just go on the website, some people know where to get it from. Or you can put it in a private chat. I can also copy it from there. Okay, I got it.
Yeah,
I
and
got it.
we're also on Facebook. We have our Facebook page as well, Next
Yes.
11 Academy, and then we have Instagram also. If you want to reach out on social media, we have people watching those channels that will respond.
Okay, that's good. Bernice, I saw your hands up. You wanted to say something?
Oh no, I was just adjusting myself. Sorry.
All right, guys. Somebody else want to say something? If anybody?
Yeah, like what Ronald was saying, man. Yeah, I just encourage our parents, man. Y'all make use of this, man. It's scholarship. No, like let me put it in a Liberian way. Nobody want to pay school fee in the country, especially it's in the call. What's it called?
Student
When you,
loan.
student loan, exactly. You don't want to pay student loan. You're gonna pay. You're probably gonna pay forever. It's real, man. It's real. When your child is having the talent. You have the talent, put that talent into use. Get them into sport. You save money a lot. Trust me, you save a whole lot of money. Like when they enter the scholarship from Mr. Samba, when they pass to high school, they might be scouted by another college. From there, who knows? Europe, bam, start making at least 100,000. Start making a lot of money. You
Yeah.
know, all because it started from today. Just the conversation that you hear now. In
Yeah.
the next 10 years from now, we're gonna be what? You're gonna be like, oh, is that the boy from the community on our TV there?
Mm-hmm.
You see, you make our community proud. That's it. We just need one person from the community that we can say, yes, this guy from this community up there. That's that. We Liberian, we like to boast. Like one thing, I saw you see a Liberian man is on TV. Hey, if our country with a Liberian man, man,
Yeah.
that make use of it. I never paid tuition when I was in Ghana. I never paid my dad. Never paid tuition for me from first grade all the way to I left high school. All because I had the talent. Scholarship was just flowing for me. The last scholarship I had was to go Europe, but America can't eat from me. I had to take it. So like that make use of it, man. That make use of it is a whole lot. You gonna like it. You're gonna like it for real. Please, that make use of it. I just encourage our parents. If I have
Okay.
a 12-year-old child or like 13-year-old, I'll be knocking on Mr. Saba door early in the morning. Hey, you gotta put my boy into it. For real, this is a great opportunity. Let's make use, please, parents. Let's make use of this. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think I have somebody who said they have a question. Let me call the person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a very great initiative. Like what's his name was saying, Panto. When you're successful, then you can see all of your relatives that you never knew. So
Exactly.
this is a real great thing to get the children involved, because soccer, the primary stage is like what he's starting to start people from age 10, 11. If you miss the concept of soccer, you miss the foundation. If you grow older, to play the game is hard. It's hard because the foundation level is very important in soccer.
Foundation will not build. You can't play.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't
the
be
thing
old
about
and play the
soccer.
game.
Now
The game got to start when you're young.
when you see the young guys putting the ball behind their foot, after 2-3 years from now, he's very comfortable to put that ball behind his foot and tap the ball any way he want to tap it. So even when you take him from this program and put him to another program, he has already developed the discipline the game comes with. And at the youthful age, when they start getting to know the discipline of the game, when they get involved with playing soccer or any part of work, they will also be disciplined. Because most of the time when you find indisciplined players on the fields, you can tell that they never went through any academy. They just came from playing soccer upside the road, being very talented, and straight to a bigger team. Now, when they go to a bigger team, the bigger challenge is how to be disciplined to fit on that team because the discipline is lacking. That's why I always tell people academy is better because that's where you get a fundamental. You get discipline. Because when I was playing soccer, when I was going on Coach Pompey and other coaches, I don't care. You can eat a ball with your teeth. You can dribble everybody out and feed. You're not disciplined. You can't play.
Yeah,
You
I
cannot play.
yeah, like
That's what
Mr.
they
Logan.
it happened to Grandpa do today. Grandpa do because of a foundation wasn't solid. He got attitude problems. That's why today we can't hear for Grandpa do again. He
Yeah.
causing the
Mr.
coach.
Logan,
Grandpa do is our number one example.
and I cutting you apart too. When I took Lee to justify with Indy 11, Indy 11 had a 4 day justification. I took Lee all the way in White Town. Lee make the team. The people kept cutting until it was 5 more players on the team. The guy called me and he told me, I said, what do you think about my boy? The man told me which academy that Lee came from. Because Lee did not come from the academy, then they asked if he didn't come from the academy, which college did he play for? And we didn't have nothing to show. Because of that, they didn't took Lee to play for Indy 11.
Yes.
Mhm. And that's how
That's
it
why
is.
Lee did not make the team. Because Lee did not come from the academy and Lee didn't play college. And these are the criteria to make it in professional football nowadays. The people are not taking players from the street anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Football now is business, is money. If you want your child to make it out there, you have to spend money on them. That's why you see the academy in Europe, they are very expensive. And there is no way you can go through the wall of the academy and don't make it professional.
It's true.
Even if that second division said you will play second division and make money off it. So long you come from the wall of the academy. So if parents can sacrifice and be able to put their kids through the wall of the academy, I can assure you they will reap from it.
Mhm.
Thank
Yeah.
They
you.
are going to reap from it.
You
Messi,
touched on a
one
real
more
important
example.
point.
Messi from Barcelona Academy. Today, Messi, he was 13 years old when he went to Barcelona Academy. Today, people are worshiping Messi in the US like a god. You see?
Yeah. It's good to come from an academy. Trust me. It's like you are smart, but you never pass through any institution. Some people just see you to be street smart.
Yeah.
They grade you by the institution because they know you have the discipline to sit and acquire. So it's hard because imagine if you go into Next 11 Academy, they ain't just going to tell you, say, get on the field and kick the object. They're going to set you down some basic tutorial as to how the game goes. What are the discipline? The coach calling you from the fields, you don't have to complain. If you play your friend foul, you have to apologize. All the things you pass through in the academy. But if you play inside the road, the coach every time you come down, you be like, I ain't coming down. What you setting me down for? So all those things, that's a difference from the academy and those who just play side the road.
Yeah.
But Tamba, I want to say a very big thank you. I have Mr. Levi Wedie. He said he has a question. Mr. Wedie, if you have a question, you can ask a question right now because Mr. Tamba will soon be leaving. So if you have any question, you can ask a question. But if Mr. Tamba, if you have anything to add to what you just said, you can go on while he try to ask his question.
Yeah, I just want to add a point about, what you just touched on, that,
Mhm.
you have to know, you have to come from somewhere, have a pedigree before you're able to be seen. And I think that's the biggest downfall of this country is that, there are pathways that people can be seen on, but not everybody can be on that pathway. And so, it's important that now, we have leagues and there's teams here that you can play in, and you'll learn to play the game well, maybe better than somebody that goes to an academy. But one of the big differences is that when the college coaches go to recruit, they're going to go to the games where one academy is playing another academy, or this travel team is playing this travel team, because they want to be able to see the best against who they think is the best.
Mhm.
And if you're not there, unfortunately, you're going to miss opportunities. There were people who were better than me growing up who just, didn't have opportunity to be able to be seen by the right coach at the right time. And unfortunately, their careers didn't go the way mine did. And so, you know, it's a problem with this country. But I think, you know, what we're trying to do, using our organization to put ourselves in between and to make it a place where the people that look like us and the people that don't get the opportunities typically can shine and can be seen by those same people that they try to keep us out. You know, I tell you, when we try to start this club, some of the systemic, let me be careful here. Some of the, you know, some of the real problems, you know, Indiana is a good old boys club and they want to keep you out. And they have systems in place that when I came to try to set something new, I said, wow, they built this thing in a way that no one else can come and be a part of it. And it's not right. And we've managed to put our toe in it, but we have to keep fighting. We have to keep growing it. And so, you know, when they see our toe, then eventually our whole foot will be there and then our whole body, and they won't be able to take us out of this. And so that's why, you know, we need the people to help us grow it. We need the kids, we need the teams, we need coaches, we need administrators, people helping behind the scenes. We need everything, because this is a club that represents everybody who doesn't get represented. And, you know, they're trying everything they can to keep us out or to keep us down. And so we have to try double hard to make sure that we continue. So, you know, what you just said, that's going to keep happening. They're going to keep seeing players that are good enough, but they're going to say, where did you come from? Where's your background? And because they know that a lot of times the good clubs aren't in our areas, that's how we get left out. That's how we get left behind. And we have to be aware of it and make sure that we don't let ourselves get left behind. So this is our opportunity to say, look, we're here. We're giving opportunities to everybody. You know, there's no keeping out certain people, anybody. And we make sure we are counted so that when the scholarship money comes, when they say college scholarship, they know, hey, you came from a good school, good pedigree. You know, you learned right, and we can count you as somebody we can, you know, evaluate for the next level. So, you know, I'm glad you brought that up, because I think, you know, it's a real problem. The money is a problem. The teams not being there is a problem, but then they've got this system built a certain way. And we have to do everything we can to break it. So
it's true. And we have this question from Mr. Levi Wadier. He say, is you guys getting an agent for the kids or making any video for them for the future?
Yeah. So one of the projects we're working on is a new facility. So we have some plans. I don't know if I can maybe show something quick.
Yeah, I think you can share your screen.
Okay. Let's see here. So we have this project that we are working on, a new facility project. This is what I was talking about with the township of Wayne Township. And so right now, Wayne Township has fields, maybe 6 or 7 fields, but there's a large area of this property that's undeveloped. And so we're working with the township now to get this property in the name of Next 11 Academy. And the plan is to build out not only soccer fields, but a community center where some of these programs that we want to host, they can have them here and be a part of this. And so, you know, a part of building this facility, you know, we want to build in a place to be able to house cameras. I don't know if you guys have seen, they have cameras now that they can follow you all around the field. You can take that camera and say, I want to follow this person and make a tape of his highlights. We want to make sure that, you know, when we build this facility, that we build in places to put cameras like that, so that, you know, every game we have a record of the kids playing. And when it comes time to make a highlight tape, which is important to being seen, we can quickly say, all right, what game's this game, this player, and we can pull all that together. But, you know, these are all things that are a part of our facility plan. And it's a part of bringing the best equipment, best everything that's there. So I'll just quickly kind of show you guys some of the things that we're looking at with our multi-phase project. So, you know, phase 1, we'll build one soccer field, and we'll build one container building to sort of be our office to start off. From there, we want to build a community campus made up of different container architecture. You know, so here's an example of what they've done in Austin, Texas, where, you know, they put different container buildings, stack them on top of one another to make these different, it's a campus, right? So one building is used for this, next building is used for classroom. And we want to, you know, use the space that we're going to be given to create this project. The third phase of this will be an indoor facility. So, you know, that we won't have to rent facilities to play indoor. And then as we, you know, rent our facility out to other people, this is going to be a way for the club to make money so we can help fund, a lot of these programs that we're putting together. There also has plans for a actual stadium on the facility. And so, you asked about older teams.
Yeah.
When we get to a point where we have a small stadium for, we'll need a team to play there. And that's an easy opportunity for us to say, here's our 19 to 23-year-old team. They play here at our stadium, and we attract people every weekend to play games there. So, we have big plans for this project. It's not just teams. We're looking at facilities. We're looking at connecting with, community leaders. We've talked to, civic leaders within Wayne Township already, and we have plans to work with some people at the state. And so, we're really going to do this, but we can't do it alone. We need the help. We need the influence from other people. Alex, I know you've played high level. You were for Wayne last season with I think you were with my old coach, Coach Avery, right? And so, people that we can reach out to who can connect and help us. DeMarcus Beasley, I think, is at that club. So, anybody in your network or anybody's network that we can start to tap into and start to move the needle on these projects, that's why we're here. So, it's not just teams. We're going to be doing real big things here, multi-phase project, a lot of land and building.
Trust me, I am impressed. This is a whole heck of a real deal. Yeah. I'm impressed, man. Renee, go ahead if you want to say something.
Yes, this is really great. And the fact that you can show us what to look forward to is even better, because now we are, seeing your vision in your eyes, and then, seeing what help, can be brought to that organization so that we can further, the plans and everything. So that's really great.
Yeah, trust me. What I just saw, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, that's a big plan. That's a whole academy that children can benefit from. And I could tell from the expression in Ellie's eyes, he just feel he was just thinking, well, I could just be 14 years old right now and start over.
Hey, I'm telling you, man. If only I can go back. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, you can just sign me up today. You gotta know it's over.
Don't worry, Alex, man. We'll make an over 30 team for us people with big bellies, man.
You need to.
We'll move a little bit, but we'll do what we can.
Yeah. But I know the old timer guys are not here today. But if any of them were here, they were going to ask you, would the old timer be able to use your facility to practice sometimes?
Sure. Any community, anybody, the game, the 26th game, we'll be ready to host. Hopefully, we're hoping to have the first field done by the end of this year. So coming into springtime, summer, we should be ready at least with one field. And so, if the association is looking for a venue.
And that would be a great help, too, to the Liberian community.
Yeah.
If they're looking for a venue to have soccer game and other related activities, they have a few right there.
Yeah.
And I don't know who you use. Are you using a company to build your containers?
Not yet. So we've called around and asked for some, but we're gonna need to find, a good source that we can get good either used or slightly used containers. Some of them could be new, but we need a source. I don't know if you know.
I think I know someone who's should be going to Liberia, and he taking this project back to Liberia to build container houses. I think Baba Freeman.
Okay,
yeah. I think he knows about it. He went to school for it for building containers. He can turn it into upstairs building and whatever thing. Yeah. So he discusses his plan with me the other day and things he want to do, and show me some pictorial on his phone. And I was so impressed. I said, well, you see, small word. They're here today. You doing the same project. I could tell him, say, hey, maybe he could look at your whole project and say, well, I can be of help to this thing too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not an architect, so I mean, if he can come and help us, build the plan, we'll need it. We need help. So I'll reach out to him for sure. That's good to know. I didn't know that, but that style of building is good. It's low cost.
Yeah,
you can build it here, send it somewhere, and put it up real quickly. So
yeah. It's easy. Guys, anybody have any question for Tamba?
No, man. For me, I really don't have a question. All I can just tell somebody is, you guys are doing extremely well, man, and I really appreciate that you came to our community with this idea. Our people have sit on the sideline for a very long time. It's about time that we wake up and be part of the game too. Because when it comes to soccer, it's in Liberian DNA. I will tell you that for a fact. Every Liberian child is very good at soccer. All you need to do is just coach them and tell them what to do. They will play the best out of it. Some of the kids, they just come from Africa. Like 2 days ago, there was a kid that came from Chicago, and he just saw me to the park, and he just came out to me and said, "Oh, Roland, somebody told me you the coach of the Liberian team in Indiana. Is there any way you can get me on so I can join you guys? I would really like to play for you guys." And I was like, "How long you been in America?" He said, "I just came about a year ago now, but I've been looking for a Liberian team to be part of. I usually just go play with these Mexican guys there all the time." I said, I did to him, I said, "Welcome home. It's
Yeah.
about time you play with your own kind." And he was so excited when I showed him the picture of the team. And when he saw the team, he said, "Everybody on the team is Liberian?"
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah." And he said, "How you do it?" I said, "Just how the Mexican can go and they can get Mexican there to play together. That the same thing I did. It was hard from the beginning, but just how you see, you came to me, that how every kid from Liberia, when they come into this state of Indiana, they will recommend them to me. The other kid just came, he been in Indiana about 6 months ago. They call him Watkins. The moment Watkins moved here 6 months, somebody gave him a number, and the kid just called me out of the blue. He said, "Oh, how you doing?" I said, "Who's this?" He said, "I'm the one, Watkins. I just moved here about 6 months, and I hear that you the coach here for the Liberian team. I'm a good soccer player, and I would like for you to please me on." And sometimes I be like, I thank God for this opportunity that these kids, they can just come from Liberia or wherever state they come from, and they just come straight to me, you know. And I really like that. That's why with this that you have brought from this community, I told you, man, I'm not going to sit on the sideline because my aim is to see one of these kids play professional soccer.
Yeah.
That's my goal. That's what I always push for.
Yeah.
So
Well,
thank you.
Yeah,
thank
man.
you so much, Samba. Like what Roland said, we Liberians, naturally, we just born and we like the object because we know Liberia, not only Liberia, most African countries, people who born in Africa have a real good bottom side in terms of your lower extremities. You very strong, sturdy. You can push the object. We play barefoot. And my friend's son came from Liberia. When he came, he went to one academy in, I think, which one of the state, Jersey or something. And when they put him on the field, he just grabbed the ball and dribbled everybody and went and scored. The coach said, "Come on, come on, come on. That's not how we play here." Because he felt he can play the ball, so he just told everybody when the bounce the ball, like, if you see one there, I would dribble there and say, "No, no, 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 no. You got to give the object to another person. You got to play coordinated football." But he felt the way they used to play, just get everybody up to the ball and go bounce it, thought how you're going to play. And now he have a whole transformative lifestyle in terms of the object now. He's not dribbling the entire field, but he's looking for the nearest person to make a play and make a play. So it's a team success now he played to. Now he's a very, very talented player. And he's doing extremely well for that academy. It's the same kind of a Liberian, I think Liberian Ghanaian collaboration to have this same thing you don't hear,
Okay.
but they are doing pretty good. They are doing pretty good. The young children, they are involved and they are doing well. And this is why I'm so happy that you, of all person who plays the object, you know the benefit of the object, and you try to bring it back and allow other people to benefit. I want to say, man, I ain't got much to give you, Tama, but I'll be praying for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
I'll
I'll
be
take
praying
it.
for you. I'll be praying for you. If I can kind of, in my weak ways, sometimes we need some assistance, physical assistance, training to provide maximum support to the kids. We will be around. So once
Yeah.
I'm ready, so let us know. Some of us can even go and get our coach license to also help the kids. In the meantime, till you can find the necessary people you need, we will also be back to provide all those supports while we go on.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And that's all I can ask is the support and the good energy. So, y'all keep supporting us. We're gonna make this big and and our people are going to benefit for sure. So thank you guys.
Thank
I
you
got
so
I
much.
got I got one question.
Yeah,
real
you can
quick.
ask the last question.
So so just in case we got contact from people out of state,
Mhm.
and then do you have any accommodation for them? Not yet, or something like that. Can you?
Not quite yet. It'll depend on where they are. I have a lot of connections in different states. If they're youth doing travel, I can maybe try to find, someone or some place that can, maybe take them. But, right now we're here in Indy, but the idea is that there are different communities that look like where, where we're from in every state. And so at some point it'll spread. But as of right now, we're just here. But, let me know. I can tap into my network and, we'll find some way to help if we can. I think you're on mute.
So if there's nothing from Bernie and Roden, then we'll ask somebody to get all his part in. But somebody will be coming back as development goes on, new things happening. We'll invite somebody to tell where are we now, what do we look up for, and we will keep doing this.
Definitely. Thank you guys.
Yep. Bernie, you got anything for somebody?
No, he's answered everything, and I just want to say thank you again for this initiative and reaching out to the community. It looks like a great thing that you're doing. So we wish you good luck. We are here to assist. Just reach out, and we are always here.
Great. Thank you.
Roland?
Yeah, I just want to tell him thank you. As Brandy said, thank you for bringing this to our community, and we'll be willing to work with you, especially me. You can call me at number one. I will be calling you in the next 2 or 3 days
Perfect.
to get my coaching license so I can join you guys
Let's
because I
go.
need to bring my boys on board. So thank you.
Definitely.
Captain Ellie White?
Yeah, Mr. Sanda, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for the great idea you bring in the community. Like Roland said, you can count me to that too. I can use some of the influence I get out there to bring kids, to the game. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you guys.
All right, Samad, thank you so much, man. I look forward to talking to you again.
All right. I'll see you guys. Good night.
Thank
All
you,
right,
bro. All right. So that was my dear brother and friend, Tamba Samba. So, guys, now we're done with Samba. We are encouraging Liberian people. Let's keep Samba in your prayers. And we look forward to having our own Liberian brother seeing his soccer academy grow to the point where they're going to be a top notch in this town. They're going to be compared to Indy 11 or other bigger club in town here. Imagine you having your whole facility having 3, 4, 5 fields, and the Liberian community can go there to have events and have Judah Tunis a celebration, and they're proud to knock their chest and say, this is one of us. That's a great achievement. And we look forward to that. Because, what sealed this whole discussion here tonight was the little PowerPoint presentation.
Yes.
We Liberians, we believe in optical illusion. What we see is what we believe.
Sure.
Exactly.
All the time he was talking about it, all we thought as the second part when you're renting one side of the fee, you just
Yeah.
material in it.
And I like the fact that he was very prepared on his
Yeah, he
presentation.
was.
Yeah.
He
He
was very
was.
prepared.
A lot of people in their mind say, get my child right to the park and just drop my child, leave my child with him, man. But now he have a whole big plan to have a whole facility. So it means that those of you who are a little fear, at least somebody have make it clear. In the end, that little PowerPoint presentation just tell you the kind of a thing you're going to be seeing few days from now. Somebody, I'll pray for you. God will bless you. This will come to fruition. And we will all work together to make sure this become one of the best in Indiana. Okay, guys.
Just a looking quick,
Okay, quiet. Go ahead. Let's
just to add to it, right?
Mhm.
Some of the parents shouldn't be thinking that they're gonna charge them, to register. Everything is money, so you definitely gotta register. But
True.
don't think about that. What 500? They're gonna charge you or 200. Think the outcome if you get that 500,
Yes.
what it will become. Like
True.
Yes.
5 years, 10 years from now, that 500. the house mortgage we paying 300. Before that time reaching less than that time your house mortgage your son already paid for you because of that 500.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be
Mm-hmm.
going to work and make at least $20 hour. You just sit down with your son up there making that money. Alfonso David right now, all that brother, what happened?
Yep.
He ain't money
Yep.
yet. If
Yep.
mine working again, the more used to do the home care. She not working again. She's sitting home.
You're
Her son
right.
is making the ball.
And that little certificate you take from the academy can take you a whole long way.
Exactly,
Because
man.
every
Invest
good
in your
team
kids.
right now want to know which academy you came from.
Yes.
You're just looking at when you apply for job, they say which school you graduated from. Bring your
That's why
certificate.
Lee did not play for Indy 11
That's how the soccer game go right
because
now.
Lee, when I took Lee over there, the kid was very good and he dominated the whole thing.
The
But when the
academy,
people doing that recruitment, they are looking for CV, where you came from, where you started your football career from.
because the academy
So when,
shows
yep,
your discipline, show the kind of
when they came
discipline
to
you
me
went on.
and I told them that Lee did not came from an academy, they say, all right, so if he didn't come from the academy, what college did he play for? And Lee did not play for college either.
And that was a
So
Some of us got
that's
our
how Lee
story,
didn't
man.
make that team.
that was a
Or
issue.
else Lee could have been playing for Indy 11 right now as we speak.
Yeah.
Both of us were so disappointed that day. We were heartbroken. And I told him, I said, there is nothing we can do. We got to
Yeah.
start from scratch.
This is
It was
America.
how he started playing for USSR. He had to start playing for USSR from scratch. But Lee
Yeah.
could have played for Indy 11.
I know, because when you're watching Indy 11 games, some of the guys are playing, League can play far better football than them.
He's
They
way
don't
better
play
than
them.
them.
Yeah. But you know, they have a set procedure that, hey, these are the requirements. Either you come from the academy or you come from the college to get drafted. So if you do not
Exactly.
meet any of those requirements, trust me, I think you can eat a ball with your teeth. They are
They're
afraid
not
of people
going
who coming in that are not disciplined. That's their point.
Yes, yes.
They're looking for discipline. Which level you play, which channel do you pass through? That's no discipline. Because tomorrow they will make reference to your academy. They might go get your academy by rating as well. They might write your academy. How did you put the person outside with this kind of an attitude? How to pass through your academy? So all the things now, if you're from the academy, you playing on a real good team, you have to maintain certain character because you know it reflects on the academy you came from too. So all the things that matters in the game these days. But let's go to our Indy 11 right now. We're about to leave pretty soon. Let's talk about what we have coming up. We have a very big game coming up. Roland Akwe going to talk about this game. The coach going to talk about this game. This game going to be on when? September
We're going to
10th.
be on September 10 on Sunday.
September 10 on Sunday. So September 10 will be this coming Sunday.
Yes.
This coming Sunday, September 10 at 5 o'clock p.m. And this is a funder. We don't talk about the game small before we go to the
You know, the team has struggled for a long time. We have tried, and we have made it to the final. So we would like for the community to come out and support their own team, the Indiana Lone Star. They have made it to the grand final of the competition, where there will be a lot of trophies. The MVP, most valuable player, higher goal scorer, medal will be given, best coach, best referee. You know, it's going to be big. And sometimes when the team have made it this far, when the community come out, it will show that momentum. These kids will play. These guys will play with everything they got because their people is out there. So if you see your son like Alfonso David, like Alfonso, or Philip, or Luke, Pato, Sao, Luke, all of them, these are your kids. They are out there, they play. I take them out there, they play good football. It's time for the community to come out and see your own child, what your child can do. There are some people in the community, they even see that children playing yet. In my Liberian voice, they even see that children playing yet.
Yeah.
They can't even go to that children game. And some of these things is not good because you have to support your child, whatever they want to do in life.
So what do you say to the point administration? Are you encouraging them to come?
And the administration too. the administration, because this administration asks for the team to be part of this community. This team haven't been part of this community for all these years. But with this administration, we were able to bring this team under this administration. So I would really want for the administration to come and show up to the game to support them and see what they can do. And I believe that these guys will they will win the game, and there will be victory that day. That the Indiana Lone Star will win the tournament with a flying color.
Okay. So before we go to Brittany, are you calling on Vani Kamotu to come with the drums?
Oh yes, I want Vani Kamo to come with that drum. If we can even play the national anthem before the game start, we will tell the people, say, look, y'all listen, we got to play our country national anthem here today before the game can start. And we can play our country national anthem. Our player will line up. We play our country national anthem, and we can beat that drum over there from dawn to night. And with that kind of momentum, these guys will be able to do their best and everything to win that game. Mr. Logan, I played high school football in Liberia. I remember when I was playing for SDA, we had a game against a school called Noah I. When we were about to play Noah I, the crowd that were on our feet and the jump set that were on our feet, when we were leaving from under the terminal to get on the stadium on ATS, the crowd alone put phobia in us. SDA. Sometimes the crowd, the spectator, it can make you to win game.
I know.
It's like you play home. SDA lost that game 2-0 because even when we hold the ball, when the people yelling boo, boo, we confuse on the field, my brother.
Yeah.
We lost that game against Noah I. All because SDA is all the way in Pittsburgh, and most of SDA students were not able to pay their way to go ATS to go watch the game. And Noah I is not that close from ATS. So we lost that game because of phobia.
Yeah.
All that is part of the game.
I know what you're saying.
If the community can show up on our feet, these guys will play their best and they will be able to win that trophy. But if we go on our feet and the community is not around and the Nigerian community is very large, I can tell you tomorrow that final on Sunday, that final will be between Nigeria and the Bureau. That's how it's going to be.
You're right.
All the Nigerian team that have been kicked out of the competition, they all going to support the Nigerian brother them.
That's what I want to say.
So all the Nigerian going to gather on the Liberia on Sunday. So if we the Liberia does not show up on our feet to be able to support them, the Nigeria will override on our feet until when these guys get the ball set, they will not even know what to do.
You are right.
So that's why I
agree.
I am telling the Liberian community in Indiana, to the administration, to be able to come out there to support the team, because this final going to be between Liberia and Nigeria. That's how it's going to be on Sunday.
I agree.
So if we don't go out there to support them, the Nigerian people, they're going to override again in our final, my brother.
Thank you so much, Roland, for that. Let's hear from the captain. They will come to the youth chair because the youth chair represents the government here.
Can I start again?
Oh yeah, but you are the youth chairperson. You represent the government, so we look forward to seeing the entire government at the park to watch this game because the Indiana Lone Star is honoring the Liberian Association of Indiana. So we look forward to seeing the president, the vice president, the secretary general, the Ways and Means chairperson, all the people that went to the Independence Day celebration. We look forward to seeing it there as well. Go ahead, Mr. Captain. Tell us why.
Yeah, I don't got much to say, you know. Roland finished saying, so just to add up to what he said.
No, Toya, will call Fanny Kamo to bring the drum.
Yeah, really. No, it's true. You know, we real for how to go in our
and call the business people. Then call John J. Then why get business when they come in? They should bring water. They should bring ice. Call for support, my man. You're not getting everything.
Yeah, it's true. You know, it's true.
You the captain. You know what the pressure on. I can see when the beginning got water. They say edit at you. So
I
be
know.
No,
there.
like me, they can be looking
No,
out.
you better later on they start talking about you when we're
Your own,
here.
your own allow me to tell him.
Now, Eric so tell it, please. Oh, that had someone will go practice.
That's you. That's you. So like. To be honest, man, it's real. The applicant, we begging the community, the applicant support us, support your kids. You know, like Ronnie was saying, Alfonso, he's right on the leading top scorer in the league. Come
Yeah,
back,
the
you
kid
know,
can score. Fatu Zion song.
Fatih son, he's very good.
The kid is good.
I know some people probably be saying, they pato, where he can play? Okay, can't see me too. You know, hey, maybe you not see me playing before, can't see me. You got Jerry, he play MPSO, he play for a good team. Koya, we got Lee, we got Prince, we got Chris. These are all guys.
Even can see the Mexican Liberian goalkeeper.
Can't see our Mexican Liberian goalkeeper at just time, you know. He can eat palm motor and let me say Lele Liberian. I say, oh my man, you know, you can't support with baking the community. You know, church like 10 o'clock to 1. You can tell me you'll be in church all the way to 7 p.m.
But we need to announce it here in all the churches too on Sunday. We'll call the pastor there, put it in the Liberian community chat, in text message, pastor no baking your announce it in your chair on Sunday that will play soon so time you can support your Liberian team.
The scene where Independence Day, the whole package be full because we're doing food and playing lapa, all that thing. Y'all can't support us too when it comes for soccer. You know, y'all can't, we need your full support. That is the guy who can play the jump. That ain't brilliant jump. We need those signs, you know, like me. I like to see crowd. When I see crowd, then boom, you know.
You see? You see what I'm telling you?
They will call it all the business people. We call it Emma, we call it John J. We call it what the other business people. All the business people calling you to please bring water and ice and Gatorade and tea.
You can sell it. You can bring your food. You know, Nigeria, the largest community, the largest people in Africa, they're going to be there. It's like playing Nigeria against Liberia. You can't support. You don't try
and the sun will be hot, so we need more ice. You just bring more ice and water and Gatorade.
If I know Bernie Evans on the feed. If nobody from that leadership can support us, Bernie and I will take our team from LAI. This is serious. We see it. We stop support the team on LAI. If they not can support us, our battle. Say here, I will tell Bernie we're taking our team on there. We'll continue and we'll be surviving. Yeah, y'all need to come. You know, I mean, I ain't saying they are supported, but our president or vice president, you know, they're always busy. But like, Sonny, please take 3 hours of your schedule, Mr. President. I will introduce you to the other community and say, this is our, you know, this is our president here. This is the head of the Liberia, or this is the vice president. Y'all please can support the whole government. You can support. The we can go support you too when you're having your Independence Day or you're having your inauguration, whatever you're having. Y'all please come and support us. We invite everybody, please. We need to win this kind of money at stake. There's a whole lot of money. And we have plans to give it to AI, but you're not support us. The team will eat it.
Yeah.
We'll eat it. Oh, you're not doing it. I know, like, you know our motto is you're not doing it. You're not
support. And more to that, Brandy will be bringing a big Bluetooth speaker that will bought during the before administration to play the national anthem. So we would love to see the what the national anthem is being played.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can support.
Anyway,
it'll be live too on Logan Hour too. So
yeah, anyway, you don't know that year for the you chair. Maybe they not tell her everything. They sending her text message now. Maybe she come and tell her, you chair, waiting for you.
Waiting for you, man. You chair.
You chair, tire.
But you know now, when it comes to supporting y'all, I'm the number one fan.
No, we don't want we want we.
Okay, so definitely, I am going to reach out to the administration, our chat room, and let people know that. Just like we go out, we support.
Why, Brandy, you the youth chair. No politics. The reason why I decided to stress on this because I know it's politics. So the game is scheduled for when?
Sunday,
the 10th. And this meeting is scheduled for when?
The same Sunday at 3:30.
Okay, so how is it possible when the game is 5 o'clock and meeting is scheduled for the same Sunday? So it means the administration don't know anything that's happening with the soccer team?
Yes, they do because I have posted it. And
then what happened here? Because look at this schedule. 5 o'clock game start And the Library Association said they have a meeting 3 o'clock, 3:30. And you know that meeting will not start till almost 5 o'clock. So it means if you go into the game, you have to be part of the meeting. When you go into the meeting, you have to be part of the game. Is that what they're trying to say? They don't care about the game. That's why they schedule meeting on the same date.
Well, I
Anyway,
cannot answer to that portion.
Brittany,
Of
you
the
work with the government. You got to tell her what's going on.
Okay, but
that's my
excuse
question.
me, I cannot
Uh-huh.
answer to that part of it. But all I can do is stress that they
Uh-huh.
take this to be important. I mean, like Pato said, I mean, the team being on the LAI is on the line. Honestly, the boys have been very discouraged because all the games, you might see one person, maybe the parliamentarian came, or I think I saw the VP come maybe one time, if I'm not mistaken. But this is our team. Just like we go to other organization things, like when the Basa people had their stuff this weekend, we were well represented. When the crew people have, we were well represented. We need this to be as an important to them too. This is our team, like they stated. It's basically going to be Nigeria versus Liberia. If you have ever been on that field with a game going, you know the tension, you know the back and forth. So we need the support. Last time we had, some things go.
Roland, you got email, yeah, you got email on the screen.
Call him out, G-Von. Call him out, please. Because he forgot he the coach. So thank you.
Oh, Jivo.
But back to what I was saying, we have to take this as important as anything else. Because if they want support from the younger generation, this is what they are passionate about. So we don't just support them by bringing them under the umbrella. We support them by actually being at the games, showing, present support. Because, like I was saying, last time there was situation on the field, it was how many of us versus 50 to 100 of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, with that, it's like, okay, now we're here. You don't want to talk strong. The people are cheating us left
And
and
this is
right.
a final. No Nigerian Ghana, they can
it's
be
a
your
final.
bully. Trust me.
Exactly. So we have to be, really represented there. So
But
I
how
just
can you
want to
people
hope.
be represented when you people schedule meeting the same time,
I
the
didn't
same day?
schedule the meeting. I just attend where I'm told to go. But
But
I
how?
won't be at this meeting and to
But
jeopardize me being
my
there for
question
my
here:
team.
how do the administration calls meeting when people who's in the executives do don't know when it's meeting? Because the last time I checked, the administration gave us their timetable, told us that meeting will be in January 29, April 23rd, June 25th, August 6, August 13, October 29, and December. We got no meeting in September. How can we just jump now? We have meeting coming up in September 10th. Is there a magic or is there something wrong?
I mean, I just really, kind of, when you brought it to my attention, pay it. All I can do is just reach out and see what can be done to adjust, the meeting, and then also being able to be there for the team. Because as you heard the captain just stated, them be a part of LAI or a team that recognized on the LAI is based on the support they give them at this game. They don't want
The
to.
big brother bow. That's
So
big brother.
they
Go ahead.
so I will hope, they take it serious and they come, because whenever you want to acquire a team, the first year is very important to be supportive to them. Support, it comes a long way in them wanting to, come out. Like he said, they play for other divisions, but when he calls them for the Lone Star LAI, they are there. So LAI should be doing the same thing in return to them, that when they call, them to come and be there for them, they should be on that field. We should be well represented. This is a chance for us to showcase what the organization can do when we all come together. So I hope, that they will hear this plea and they will consider making some changes. So is that our up and coming girl soccer player?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we're
Hello.
hoping that they will be there, and it's very important that we treat this as any other organization that we go to show support so they can support us. We need to show that same support to the team so the team can continue to be, our team.
All right, Brittany. We understand, but we were just a little confused that the very day we having this game major final that the Liberian Association team, now we having meeting on the very same day. So I don't know if they saying the Liberian soccer team can go to hell or whatever, but that will be interpreted by maybe they. I don't know, but Brady, if you can address the question, yeah, then Rodan in administration too, so Rodan need to address it.
No, Mr. Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Logan, it's not about addressing the question. The issue here is I'm the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever information I got, I speak directly to the chairman.
Mm-hmm.
So I give the chairman whatsoever information I got,
The
and
second
she
lady says
have
she will be there, and when the second
and
lady says
she
she will be there, it means she will not be in the meeting.
okay. So my chairman, I work directly with the youth and sport chair. So she deliver whatsoever information I give her, and she put it out there for the community. I am not an executive for LAR, so I don't post for LAR. I'm not in the executive chat room or LAR.
Mm-hmm.
So whatsoever information I get concerning the team, I report to my chairman.
Mm-hmm.
But as I can always say, how can we sell LAR to the younger generation? There must be something that we can give to them that they like in
I have
return.
breaking news. Breaking news. Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt. So I just got a major call from the VP, and they will be going back to the drawing board to change up the meetings so that they can be well support. The second lady, Miss Wilma, will
Hello,
be
Mr. Rawa
making.
Kerry. How you doing?
Oh man, what's up?
Mr. Kerry, you are live on the Logan's Hour right now.
You put me live on Logan.
Oh, yeah, you are live. You are live right now, and everybody listening. Because we've been having an issue with the Liberian soccer team, which is the Indiana Lone Star. They have this final that is scheduled for the 10th of September. And surprisingly, we saw that you put up a circular for meeting coming up on the 10th. What is going on? Is that what really going on? We don't understand this.
There is nothing going on. There's a scheduled meeting. We've been holding the meeting because of the activities in the community.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, we had a July 26th. We had the August 24th. We have a big report to the community, and any Lone Star is also having the founder. We know some people will be there. The coach will be at the game. So after the meeting, we'll make sure that meeting go fast. We don't want to take long in that meeting. After the meeting, we'll be driving to support the Indian Lone Star. But that meeting is long overdue. We have to get report to the community, as you have been saying on your station. July 26th is over. August 24th is over. We have to make a report. And the meeting has been a long delay because of other activities in the community. So we have to have this meeting this Sunday, because the following Sunday there will be other stuff going on. So we found this time, a suitable time for us to have this meeting.
So what's the guarantee that this meeting will end before 5 o'clock? When the meeting starts 3:30?
We just want to follow the agenda and make sure we go through what we're supposed to present. We're not going to get people holding and putting our stuff around. We have other things to go and support our Indian Lone Star. So we go to the meeting will start. We say 3:30, the meeting starts. I think the meeting will just go for an hour. By 5, we should be out of there and drive straight to support the Indian Lone Star.
Are you ready? Show discussing reports from Independent Day, August 24th, and also we'll be adding the inaugural board report. Do you think we can exhaust everything in an hour?
We are not going to discuss the inaugural board report. We are going to discuss the July 26th and August 24th report. The inaugural board report have been discussed, and it will turn over to the board. If the board come out with any decision that will let the community know, and maybe in subsequent meeting it can be discussed. But this coming Sunday meeting is going to be all about the July 26th, August 24 report, not the inaugural report. We have discussed that report over and over. So onto the board, we can hear from the board, and if we hear from the board, any decision that will be made subsequently and will be discussed later. But we are not going to prolong that meeting.
Okay, so Mr. Secretary General, let me put you on record before you can leave. So looking at how sensitive we are when it comes to reporting or financial reports, do you think we can discuss two reports in an hour, which is the July 26th and the August 24th? Do you think we can discuss the two reports looking at how the community is so sensitive? Do you think we can discuss the two reports in an hour?
Oh yes, we can. It's just a simple report. There's not a lot on those reports. They are on point. The financial secretary put our report together, and it's just straightforward. Our report is not complicated, and that will just be discussed. Nothing to hide. It's just plain blank. She has put our report together. It's not something that we get people repeating. We are not going to get people repeating question over and over. If somebody asks a question and that question has been answered, anybody come and ask that question, we are not going back to that. So where people, like people let us say, oh, let me buttress. We don't go to that buttress stuff. If that question has been asked and answered, we are not going back to it. We're going to go through that meeting. The financial report is clear, on point, is understandable. So we are not going to be holding and putting.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Secretary General. We're nice talking to you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, let's go around the table. The Secretary General just make it clear. So let's go around the table and have our party. We've been here for 2 hours now.
Before we go, I just want to say that the second lady also stated that she was making 2 pans of jollof rice for the team. So you guys should expect that to be on the field as well.
Thank you so much, Brittany. So let's go around the table. Brittany Alpha, give us your parting.
I just want to say thank you for having me on the show today. It was a very good discussion. I want everybody to please check out Next 11 Academy for your children. Like he said, there are programs that will be coming. They need coaches. If you have the passion, please reach out and help further the agenda. Also on Sunday, we need everybody in full attendance. Please be out there to support the team. The place is not far. Don't look at it because it said what is it, Whitestown, right?
Yeah, Whitestown.
Whitestown is not far from here. So please, we drive everywhere to support other people. This is a very important, that you come out there and support the team so that we can be in numbers and, win. The objective is to bring home the trophy.
So, in short, if you're going for the meeting, I don't know if that will make sense, because if you go for the meeting, whatever report to bring to the body, if you do not understand it or not, it means there will be no time to explain to you properly. So I don't know if that meeting going to be a little noisy, but I don't think that meeting can end in an hour, 30 minutes. 2 reports to even discuss one report, looking at how sensitive we are, will take almost 2 hours to discuss just July 26th full count to flat day report. So if you're going to the meeting, I can rest assured you're not be to the game. If you're going to the game, you're not be to the meeting. So you got to choose which one you're going to. But for this one, I'll be going to my game. I have co-captain or co-coach this team for trash, and now I'm going to find out. It's a perfect opportunity for me to be seen for the first time on BBC and Al Jazeera, lifting up my trophy and having big interviews.
Oh shit!
Yeah, because it's my man. I could be driving from here all the way west town, then I go to final, now then I miss it final. I have to be there. I will convince my wife, because my wife will be put into bed on Thursday. So I'll be in the hospital Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then Sunday. I tell her, say, baby, stay with a young baby. I gotta run, and I will be there. Trust me.
Thank you.
Yep. Ellis White, Captain Ellis White. Easy going Ellis White.
Yeah.
Ellis, give her your party.
Yeah, Mr. Logan, I just want to say thank you for hosting on the show for the second time. And also to our parents out there, let's make use of their scholarship, the opportunity that is in front of us. We have waited for a very long time for this opportunity. Let's make use of it. It comes one, and you will not see it again. We don't want tomorrow. You say, "Oh, no opportunity kind of community," because logging hour will be forever and ever. You can go back on
Oh
YouTube and
yeah.
watch it. So
Yeah.
you will see that this day, September 5th, we talk about that next 11 academy,
Yep.
and also our founder, what was saying, we have to be there for the final. We need your support. We know the area is having a meeting. Whoever can make it is fine. Even if nobody come watch our game, my guys will still come. Like I said, we have been doing it
Yeah.
without the support of anybody, and we will still continue doing it. Whoever can make it, we appreciate it. If you cannot make it, we understand. But we're going to represent the community, and we're also going to represent the Liberian people and the nation Liberia as a whole. Because my friends are Nigerians, they always say, "Oh, Liberia, people don't have team, people don't have team. People, we already know when just we are. This is
Yeah.
time we put them to silence. We silent and we say, no, Liberia is good, and we're here to lift the name of Liberia high. So that's all I can say. Come and support. If you can't, fine. If you will, it's okay. We appreciate.
Victory is exciting. Coach, Roland Akwe.
Yeah, you know, for me, my job is on the line
Yeah.
because I have been to the funnel. This is my third time going to this funnel,
Mm-hmm.
and I never win it.
And I went to the founder twice.
Win it twice. We play, and
Yeah.
we still didn't win it.
Yeah.
So this time around, my job is on the line. The first trophy I won for LAR, I don't consider that to be a trophy. I just consider that to be fun.
Yeah.
The one that we won with the old timer.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't take high respect for that. But this trophy, this is the one that I will win for LAR, and I will always remember that I want something for LAR because this trophy is the biggest one. It's gonna be a very big game, and most of the time when I go on, I feel the pressure it be too much.
Yeah.
Some of these players, you tell them what to do, they're doing their own thing on the field. It be hard to handle. It's not easy. And that's why I would really want for the community to come and support to see some of the things that I go through. Like even right now, I am Pato, the captain. We are here discussing gas money, transportation for players. We are going on our own expense to transport players that live in South Bend, that live in Fort Wayne, that
Chicago.
live in Evansville, Chicago. Me and Pato were just having that discussion today. How can we transport players to come?
Well, we can see if people want to donate
And
to
these
that cause.
players,
That would be nice.
we are here sending gas money to them, cash apping them with gas money for them to be able to come for this game because the team, all the players on the team is just all of them don't just live right here in Indianapolis. All the players don't live in Indianapolis. Some of these kids come from Noblesville, Fort Wayne, South Bend, Evansville, and Chicago. This is like 2 to 2 hours or 3 hours distance, and they have to come and go back. And the moment they come here, the first person they come into, really, and I arrive. I need my gas money because I gotta go back. Sometimes we go out there before some of the game can be over, Mr. Logan. I will spend almost 200 or 300 just on transportation for players. It's all because I got passion for the game, and I try to keep them together because all of them were all like we had never like always you will see them, they will go into the league, you will see them playing for different people. You will see Lee on the other team, you see Pato on the other team, you see Ellis them playing for the other team, you see Prince them playing on the other team. The Liberian kids were just playing against one another. So that's why I sat down and said it can't be so.
Mm-hmm.
If we all Liberian, we cannot be playing against one another. It's about time that we come together and build our own team.
You're right.
So they were all playing for different teams around here. We will go in this competition Ellis team will be playing Leap team playing Chris team playing Alfonso team. What is that? I said this is wrong. So yeah, they come together and be one. So that these are some of the things that I will go through. I had to transport player. I will start transporting player from Friday to come in the town. Some of these kids will come in town here on Friday. Sometimes when they come here, they're pato. I gotta give them full money because I bring them from all of their city. They come here, they gotta eat while they here. I gotta be feeding them, giving them full money, giving them money to go to the buffet, to go find something to eat. Some of them can even lodge to my house. I can give them sleeping place here until the game can be over for them to go back to where they came from. Some of them can even come from Kentucky. We got 2 in Kentucky. They will be coming down on Saturday. They have to spend the night. So sometimes we go beyond to be able to make things happen. So when people see some of this sacrifice that we do in this community, and all we asking them is show up to the game. Come to the game. Come and support them. Let us see you. There are some of these boys that plays on their team, their mom and their dad, they're right in the community. But they haven't even seen their own children then play one day. Sometimes I would drive from here, I go all the way to Fort Wayne to go watch Alfonso playing for a college. And whenever that boss see me in the fan, he be so happy and say, "Oh, Prof, thank you for coming. Oh, thank you for coming to my game."
Yeah.
You have to sacrifice. You will see whenever we go out in the public, when we go for a party and stuff like that, you will see I and the kids will just be together. You know why? They come around me. It's not like I'm paying their bills and what have you. But the idea is the sacrifice that I can do. I will drive from here all the way to Fort Wayne to go watch Alfonso game. And after a game, I will tell him, say, "My man, I go here." He say, "Probably, thank you for coming to my game." These are sacrifices that people have to do. You know, so I'm just asking the community to be able to come out on Sunday, because this game is against. Because whenever we go on our field, they can just say Liberia. That's how they refer to us now. So now they see us on the field, they say, "Oh, that Liberia over there, that Liberia over there." They refer to us now as Liberia. There is no other name they got for us, Liberia. So the game on Sunday is going to be between Liberia and Nigeria. And the Nigeria have a very big community in this town. And all of them, I can show you that whole 62nd pack, all of them that play to that 62nd pack, is going to be no practice that day.
I know. I went for final twice with these people.
These guys going to turn up over there.
Yeah.
They're going to be crazy on us. If we don't have the crowd to pull up to be able to confront them, the intimidation will be too much in that game.
Yeah. I know how the people behave.
You saw when we played the semi-final. We played the game up to 8 o'clock in the night. The ref don't want to cut the game off because we were leading. We were there up to 10 because we leading, and they want to make sure that we didn't win that game to make it to the final. The ref postponed that game up to 8 o'clock in the night until we got mad, until the league got mad, until they gave the red card. So we were playing 9 against 10. They gave a red card, and we played that game 9 against 10, and we were still able to make it to the final. But I believe if our community able to come out, these things will not happen. These things will not happen. So I'm just begging the community on Sunday to show up to that game, to support these boys, and victory it is. And we'll win the cup, and this is going to be one of the biggest cup that we'll ever give to the Brewing Association.
Thank you so much, Mr. Aquin. No, we don't have time. If we had time, we want to do small little fundraiser. But the vice president of the Liberian Association of Indiana just sent $75.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vice President.
Want to check your cash app? I just sent it to you too.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vice
Yes.
President. Thank you for your support.
And
Roland, check
thank
your
you
cash
for
out.
his
Send you the
wife as
75 he
well.
sent.
Okay.
Yeah, the vice president sent 75. And since it's a better one to do a little fundraiser, but it's already late. So we can find time to do that, but it's already late. I have
Mr.
to
Logan, we have to do that because I bring in more players from other states.
if y'all want to stay here, I can leave Brittany Alpha on to moderate because
Yeah, she can do that. Brittany Alpha can do that because these boys are coming from other states.
Okay,
I got
Brittany,
to host them,
Brittany,
and it's
for the
going
game
to be
right
tough.
now. I'm going to turn my camera
Got
on
the
and mute
money,
my
Billy. Just do
microphone.
that,
I have to run. Brittany, so you can rally the community, put your cash app information on the screen.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have Brittany cash app information on the screen. Brittany, send it to me. Let me put it on the screen so people can donate to that.
Well, I needed to just confirm if I can put my cash app up.
But this is for the team direct for water.
It's for the team
gasoline,
direct,
yeah.
Brittany.
So,
We need gasoline. They need
yeah,
food.
the 5
They
person
coming
already
from
sent
far
75.
place.
After 10 minutes, you can't see anything, you take it down.
Yeah, after 10 minutes,
Okay,
you
so
can take it down.
can you put my number up?
Your phone number, text it to me quick so I can just copy. Put it in the private chat. I mean, just put it on the screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like Alfonso, I got to go for him all the way to Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
On college campus.
Brother Chad, if you receive a 75, just send you it first.
We need
All right, let me check.
Alfonso, but we need Alfonso.
Okay, I got Bernie number. So they might use it for cash out, right?
I mean, I just needed to honestly make sure it was okay. I know the VP is watching, so can you just give me a thumbs up whether I should use my cash app or LAI cash app, and the money is forwarded to them?
But if the team needed money, they gotta go pass you our budget again. The man needed money to pay people away and things, and that one can go through budget.
No, it won't go. No. The donation never goes through budget. It comes directly to us when we need it. But for the sake of, since the VP sent it to you directly, then you guys can just use mine since it's going directly to them.
That's it, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just gonna to remove myself. I got to run.
Oh yeah, Zelle. But he has to add that on. Let me send my Zelle.
We got a couple of players from out of state coming for the final. You know, they need guys. There's a player from Chicago. When I was in Chicago this weekend, they're going weekend for the tournament. He called me. He says, "Pato, oh, the tournament, the final that's on is here." He said, "But how am I gonna come?" I said, "We'll reach out to you on Friday." So he's hoping for me to reach out to you on Friday and say if not, then you will not be able to come. He's a very good player too. We need him. So. And Alfonso is our leading scorer. Without Alfonso, we have nobody on top. And he 4 win too.
The top to score.
We need people to go for Alfonso and 4 win. You know. So
We need people to go for Ernest then. They in Evansville.
Yeah.
So right now we're just reaching out to the community. If you can donate whatever you can to help facilitate bringing, the teams here with gas and amongst other things. I have my Zelle and my Cash App up. If you guys can send it through, we will make a list of the people that donate to put it out for transparency, so you can know that your money did not go to waste or it did not go to personal use.
Those who say they're gonna be in a meeting, you can go to the game. This is the best time to show support.
Yes. And if you can do both, it would be greatly appreciated.
We appreciate that. We appreciate. We need your support.
Yes.
Yeah.
So please, guys, support.
It's gonna be a very good final. Like let's say they're going weekend. I was in Chicago. I went for a tournament, and the Nigerian team was there too. So when they saw me, they thought I was playing for them. I said, "Nah, I play for Chicago Gazelle." So they were like, "Oh, Pato, Sunday, hope you are ready." I can't. When I walk past them, I have to bend my head. I said, "Hey God, what that Sunday make it? Let me be able to breathe in this city. Yeah, these guys are ready, man. They're ready to cook us, and we do it ready for them because we all best friends together. So it's gonna be a good game. We know each other, so it's gonna be tough. Most of them play all on the same team. So each time we go for practice, they say, "Oh, we got Fana and Fana. Don't worry, oh Fana." So it's gonna be a very good game. The community can come and support us. You can come and show love to the team. See your player, see Lee in action, Koya in action. You see Zed, your favorite barber, Chris. You got Prince. You got players, and you can kind of see Phil. You got Phil Morgan can see him, Phil Pape can see him. Got Ernest, we got Luke, got Sion Man Zed, got Sion Man Koya. We got Fonso, we got good, we got Sao. You can kind of see your favorite player Sao playing. Maybe you have heard about those guys. Say, sometimes the company say, beginning you get Shamo, you get Shamo. What do you gonna do? You get Shamo. Come and see that Shamo on Sunday.
And
Yeah.
even if you have seen them in the old timers, they can be trying to spare them a little bit.
Oh
But they
yeah.
go real hard on the field. I love to see them play because me back can just be jumping around, supporting and showing. So if you want to see real action, come out and see them. And don't think they will be playing on that field. They will clearing booms and everything. Nothing is left untouched. So come see them in action.
Yeah, I can't support if that you ain't support it will cheat us because like we're in the semi-final, we had to play till 10 o'clock. I got so angry. The referee said, "Oh wow, shouting." I said, "What you expect me to do? I have to shout. We 10 against 11. What you expect me to do? You already get play a record because he talked to you, and you want us." He said, "Why we kicking the ball? Why we shouting? Why we doing this one?" And I said, "We have to do it because we 10 against 11. You expect us to play like we 11-11? Duh." It was
And
too.
I did get a $40 deal from Mr. and Mrs. Nimba, my
Thank,
parents.
thank
So
you
they
so much.
donated. I will be getting that to you too as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate $40. It can help. Anyone you get, and you support the guys. Get water. You can drink water, Gatorade. It's got and it's sport drink. Even if you get drink, if you don't have the physical cash, you got drink, or you can bring water on the field. We'll take that too. You don't have to be physical care. You can make a donation. Say I would donate water or something or Gatorade. We appreciate. Just need help from the community. That's all. Renee been doing it all by himself, transporting players here and there, hosting players,
Mm.
He can do it all by himself at least. When somebody come and help him, we do appreciate. I appreciate Renee so much. Every day, man, every morning, Renee on the road, 3 o'clock, me on the phone, we communicating here and there. He called me 6 a.m. He said, "Pato, call me." I said, "Yeah, we gotta make sure that we are all set and ready for this funnel. We are all set and ready. So communication are going here and there. So you know, we got 10 minutes running over. If not, some maybe everybody busy.
Yeah, or they might send later. However
We
they
might
do it,
send-
I would still make a list to post in the chat room just to
Yeah.
let people know who are donated. So far, it's just the two, the VP, and then my parents. But like we said, any support that you can give, please make sure you come out. We always say, "Oh, our people don't have chance to do things. We don't expand outside of our normal everyday thing we do. We're trying to bring different venues, things into the community. So by support, it is what's going to make the players actually want to step out because they have families, they have lives, they
Yeah.
have careers and things they're trying to do on their own. So to bring this, to their community to try to play, we want to give them that same respect, in return and support them however way we need to so that we can make sure they are successful.
Yep. You're right, though. You're right. Come. I can see your son. I remember back in Ghana when my dad first time seeing me. And he said, I mean, yeah, Pato whole day because I think you changed your name from Alex to Pato now. You have changed it. So I mean, whole day, I mean, yeah, who that Pato? He came on the feet when he saw me playing. He was amazed. He said, I can play. So all these things, I said, yeah. He said, nah, I relax. You know, I don't have to pay tuition. All these things. Can't see your child, you be proud. You know, you yourself will be proud when you see your son playing. And you know, you see your child playing, and you say, oh wow, he's real good. I never knew. And leaving our house every Sunday. Yeah, you can see them playing. They go, it's a good one, and make use of that opportunity. The scholarship too. It's a very good opportunity.
Yes.
It's
And
more.
every other place they support. One thing we can say, oh, the other people they can be rude, but when it comes to support, they can be on that field. So I just want to make sure that we have been you all season while they been in the tournament. It's oh, we'll come to the next one, the next one, the next one. There is no next one after this game. This
For
is
sure.
it. We're playing. Our
This is
country
it.
name is on the line. Our kids' name is on the line. Our brother's name is on the line. So we have to make sure we're out there in full support. Bring your whistles, your drums, your salsa, everything that you can be playing. Bring it. Let's show them. It can be a cultural day on the field. We can make it fun watching them, cheering for them, and everything else. If you want to do picnic with your kids, bring some food where you and your kids sit there. You're eating, you're drinking, you're watching the game.
Yeah,
Maybe they can
it's a
see
big
something.
place.
It's a big field. It's
Big
space
field.
for everybody. So we can be on one side of the field, cheering them on. And like I said, you don't have to give 40. I know people they can be like, oh, they will put our name, how much we give. I don't like to put money amount. I put money amount to what we have to turn over to our administration. But when it comes to just saying thank you, $5, $10, whatever it is, it will help. Just so that Roland don't have to go deep into his pocket, and facilitate bringing the children here. Um, Also, as far as I want to say thank you to the VP's wife, Miss Wilma, for donating 2 pans of not fried rice, but jollof rice to the boys, because
Thank
at
you.
least they look forward to eating and they don't have
Yep.
to be
Thank
hungry
you, Madam
after they play
VP.
the
Thank
game.
you.
So
Thank
thank you
you, Madam
very, very
VP.
much for that.
That will
We
actually do a
appreciate
lot.
that.
Thanks a lot.
Yes.
Because after the game, they be really hungry and they be willing to eat and get right back in their car and go back to where they come from. Because right after the game, some of them have to drive 2 hours. Some of them have to drive 3 hours to go back to where they came from. So that would do a lot. That after the game, they would just eat right on the field and they can just go back to where they came from. So I really want to thank the VP wife for doing that for the team.
Yeah. Talking about support, and the Indiana, is it the female team, the first game when they came on the field, yeah, we appreciate it. There were a whole lot. We see Bernie, we see Rose, and we see a couple of girls on the field. They were causing noise, when they break, they can yell the referee. I said, yeah, that's the kind of support we're looking for. I know when they were going to be on our feet doing that swimming final, there wasn't
That
going
was
to
not going to happen.
it wasn't
The
going to
semi
happen because
the semifinal, we had nobody on the field.
I know Rose was going to be running in that linesman ear. Y'all came up the game, our children won't go. I know they were going to cause noise.
And
Yeah.
we did have $50 from Mr. Logan. Just
Yes,
came
Mr.
into the
Logan,
cash
Mr.
app.
Logan, Mr. Logan, thank you very much. Mr. Logan has
So we
always
have to
been
add it to the
a
list too. Thank you
very
very much for
Yeah.
Mr.
giving
Logan
us
has
your
always been a good
platform
supporter.
always, and always being a part to help us. So thank you,
Yes.
thank you, thank you.
When we first started the team, I remember Mr. Logan was the one who used to bring us water. Every time he got a little small cooler, I just see him coming with that cooler.
Yes.
Yeah. He said,
He will always come with
every drink
something.
he come with a cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing I like about Philip, whenever Philip come on that field, Philip will never just sit on the side. You will see Philip will take the ball, try to warm up the team. He always try to, see that the team do better. And these are things that's how we want this community to be. Philip will always come over there and say, "Look, guys, you guys got to warm up." Philip even bought a whole medal, first aid, the first aid something that the team got. It was Mr. Logan that bought our first aid cover and gave it to the team. That's why whenever we go on the field, when the player get hurt, I will spray the player legs with it. I will put bandage on the player. It was Mr. Logan that brought our first aid bags to us. So on the platform, I just want to tell Mr. Logan, thank you for giving that to the team, for always being there for the team. He really doing a lot.
Another person is Joseph City. I remember during the final of Joseph
Yes.
City. They
Oh
call
yes.
the
Thank you for
coach
bringing that up.
for shouting. The
Thank you
coach
for bringing that up.
they try to get a coach record. I remember
Like
in that semi-final. Yeah,
just
Joseph City did well.
the game get really hard until Joseph had to go on the other side of the field, and I'm on the other side of the field for her to be able to handle that game.
Cause
Joseph
you
they
gotta watch
extreme
them. They be cheating.
they be
Yeah,
cheating. So
that was
Joseph
a
have
bad
to be on
line.
the other side of the field, and I'm on the other. Joseph did extremely well. It was the help of Joseph to put pressure on the last man and the other player from the other side that were able to win that game. That's why I always say when we all come together with our collective effort, that energy, we can always be better. Because in union, success is sure. You know, whenever we are together as a Liberian, we always strong and we do the unthinkable. We do the greatest thing ever. So that's why I encourage everybody when you come on that field. It's not just all that rolling, all that just rolling the coach. I would like for everybody to put hand on deck. Rolling, what part of it? What can I do? How we need to motivate the boys. These motivation, it keep them going. It make them to move and to do their best. So when people come on the field, I always like for you to come with that spirit of motivation to motivate the team. And Joseph has been one of that person.
The popular girl who's in the bib and
Yes.
what? Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't
Um,
really know a lot of the community names, but he actually did well
he did well.
by giving her
It
at
need
least
Dripper.
that
It
host.
was
Yeah,
Dripper. Mr.
yeah.
Dripper donate a who's and a practicing bib to the Indiana Lone Star. So I just want to tell Dripper thank you for that contribution that he made. That helped a lot because you cannot go in the competition with no socks, and the socks got to match. Everybody got to wear the same socks. Somebody can wear blue, another person wear green, another person wear red. It don't work like that when you go in competition. But Draper were able to donate 24 pair of socks to the team, and that socks is the one we using right now, and that costs a lot of money. Each one of that socks is about at least $11 for a pair, and Mr. Draper contribute 24 pair, and each one of that practicing bib, you're looking at almost $3 for one practicing bib. Mr. Draper were able to contribute almost 30 of it to the team. Mr. Draper did extremely well for the team, and this trophy, if we win this trophy, Draper is one of those that we're going to honor with this trophy for what he did for us this season. Yes, these are people that are helping the youth of the community when it comes to sports. They are helping. The little they're doing is doing a lot. Whenever they make this donation and they say, "Oh, Roland, you can take this to be able to help the boys," it's really helping. It's helping. So I just want to take this time to tell Mr. Draper, Wellington Draper, thank you for his support that he has given to the Indiana Lone Star.
Also, maybe my players, if you're listening to this, I mean, take the time to tell you thank you. It's not easy. Playing soccer at the same time, you gotta work. It's not easy. When I was playing for Fort Wayne FC in the USL, man, think about work, think about soccer. You combine these two, it's very difficult. You know, it's hectic. You gotta focus on your bills. You gotta focus on this one. Most of the time, when I reach out to these guys, they say, "Oh, I see my man, we got a game." You know, they say, "Oh, Pato, I miss my schedule." Some of them take all that time. You know, some of them. I remember news were like, "My man, you gotta let me know because I got point for them to fire me. Let me know." I say, "Yeah." You know, some people take risks just for the game. You know, just because they love the game, they take risks just to go play. They take off time. So I want to see all the guys who be sacrificing their PTO, their vacation. You gotta know y'all got plans to use your vacation not for soccer. Some people want to travel out of the country. Some people want to go take their wives and their kids outside to spend time. But they're using those vacations just for the love of the game. You know, all my players out there, I just want to say thank you for everything y'all been doing for the team. We got one more step to victory, just one more step. But just hold on tight. We're getting there. And at least after that, we can all celebrate, this year and, the cup pass we wait for next year tournament. Yeah, I
Yep.
want to say thank you to all my players, man. I know we're still there thinking on Sunday, but just to let the community know that, yeah, we appreciate each and everyone coming. Ernest, Luke, Jerry, Koya, Prince, Chris, Lee, Alfonso, Philip, Sal, everybody, man. We tell you thank you. News, we tell you thank you from the bottom of our heart, man. We got one more step. Hold on. Let's just hold on tight, guys. We got one more
And
step.
again, a very big thank you to the vice president. The vice president is doing extremely well when it comes to the team. Mr. Richard Boyer, he always help financially when it comes to the team. Richard Boyer will always go in his pocket and always take something and say, Roland, if you guys got game, let me know what I can be able to do. So I just want to say thank you to the vice president, Richard Boyer. Thank you for all your support. Even though you support as an administration, but the vice president go extra and do things beyond to be able to get the Indiana Lone Star going. So it was Richard Boyer, it was the influence of Richard Boyer that got the team today on our LAR. He did extremely well, and from the beginning, Richard Boyer always told me, when it comes to the team, just let me know whatever I can able to do, I will do it. So I just want to take the time to tell the vice president thank you for what he's doing for the team as an individual, not as a vice president, but as an individual. I want to tell you thank you, Mr. Boyer, for everything you're doing. You are doing extremely well when it comes to the Indiana Lone Star. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Yep, and I will like to say the same thing too. Thanks to our VP.
Yeah.
You have stepped it up. I know I can get on your nerves, the coach and they know when I'm ready, I'm on the line. Every day I'm on the line. I don't care, even sometimes it be late, I'm on the line. But I appreciate that they always answer and try to, give me the answers that I need, the help that I need, so that we can, move this forward. Also, just so all the administration that has came out to, watch the team, like I said, the VP, of course, is in the forefront. Then we have the parliamentarian. We also have the financial secretary. She came out and supported a game as well. So this is what we need, but we need consistent support all the time. That will, just show appreciation to the team because, like Pato said, they use their vacation time to come here and play for us, and
Exactly.
sometimes
Yeah.
they want to go other places just like we want to do whatever we want to do on our vacation, they do too. So the fact that they take the time out of their lives, their family, school, wherever is important to them to come and play for the love of the sport and their community, we have to, when it's time to pour back into them, we have to do whatever it takes to do that. And so that's why you see me when there's game time. I understand I did miss that semi-final. I did get chewed out for that, but
You are going to
still,
be mad if you're going to be there. You're going to go crazy. You're going to go
maybe it
crazy.
was a
I'm
good
even
thing that I
happy.
wasn't
I'm happy
there.
that you wasn't there. I'm happy that you wasn't there.
The referee said he
God,
press charges against me. Wow, shouting at you.
I'm happy he wasn't there, Brandy, because I know you.
So I try to show my, and one thing, I will be on that field yelling to the highest, and I know people will probably be like, "Oh, she just doing too much." I have to do a lot because they do a lot to bring sportsmanship to our community. So you always have to make sure whenever somebody is going above and beyond, you go above and beyond for them too. It gives them, the appreciation that they need. Even if it's not a lot, if what you do is a lot by itself, it just makes them, put a smile on their face and make it better. So I just want to say thanks to everybody that donated tonight. At least we were able to raise 165. That will, take a load. If you have anything that you want to send later, please let us know. Um, I would say Saturday night, Sunday morning, I will put up the list of everybody, in the chat rooms that donated. And I do want to say thank you again to the community for always. When we reach out for help, there are always people there to assist us. And we really, really, really appreciate it because it goes a long way in helping relieve stress from the players and from rolling, because I know right now we're about 3,000 in rolling our quick pocket.
I'm telling you, the kid.
So
You got kidding
this would help. This would help, and he do it all from the kindness of his heart. Sometimes I will call him. He's on the road late at night bringing a team. Then I will call him again Saturday morning and make sure he gotta be on Saturday morning to do whatever he needs to do.
me.
Pato,
Yeah.
thank you very much. You are always there. Your encouragement, understanding of the game. Because sometimes I will be yelling, but I yelling for the wrong reason. Y'all gotta Y'all gotta tell me. So it's all a learning process. I appreciate, you guys working with me, Roland, everything. Because I know it's hard to get people to work with you and trust you. So I really appreciate that. And I hope that every time I say I'm gonna do something, I hope my deliverance is also showing you guys that I really appreciate everything that you do.
We appreciate you.
All right. So,
We appreciate you.
Bernie, that call is show.
All right. Well, good night,
Good
everybody.
night,
Have a
Pato.
great night, and I will talk to you guys later.
All right, guys. You guys, thank
Okay.
you.